And now,
well, hello and welcome to World Archery Field Championships action here in Yankton, South Dakota.
Bronze medal final.
Welcoming you to individual finals action. It's a great pleasure to be with you today for individual finals in the under-21 Recurve and Barebow in this session. Looking forward to all the action, and well, it's a beautiful day at Yankton, South Dakota
Shooting
today.
For the bronze medal, please welcome, representing Great Britain, Louisa Piper.
46 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're expected to get up to around 23 degrees, which is around 73 Fahrenheit, and the glorious sunny skies.
Shooting for the bronze medal, representing Australia,
not too far away from the start of our first match, as we have Louisa Piper
our World
of Great Britain,
Archery International
and
judge
also
for
the
this first
Australian
match
is out there as well. Imogen
4 target arrays
Brzezinski.
will decide the winner of the bronze
Glenn
medal
Larber is
today.
my name, and with me is 2016 Rio Olympian today,
quad,
Bernardo Oliveira of Brazil.
meters.
Bernardo, welcome in. You're looking forward to the day.
Hello, Glenn. Hello, everybody who's joining us for this broadcast at the World Archery Field Championships here in Yankton, South Dakota. I'm very much looking forward to all the matches we're going to have today. It's the final and the most decisive day. Of course, we had the team matches yesterday, but today the individual action, and I'm very much looking forward to everything we're going to see today.
To hit the target due to trigonometric
Absolutely, and it's going to be some wonderful action starting off with this bronze medal match between the British archer and the Australian. Piper is a 19-year-old from the UK, ranked 87 in the world at the moment.
We are now
Imogen
in competition, and we're about to start.
of Australia, aged 20. And she's just new onto the international scene at the moment. So here we go. We're going to get the first of the 4 ends. It's a cumulative scoring system in field archery. Each archer is going to shoot 3 arrows at 4 targets. So we get a 12-arrow match with the highest score winning. It's a pretty simple format. We're going to go through. We've got the updated distances as well to tell you about. There are some changes. I've just had it confirmed. There are some changes to the distances from the teams competition that we had. So on target 1, which Gromensky is about to line up here, they're shooting at a target 15 meters away at the bunny targets.
That's a 4 or 5.
And that diameter is 20 centimeters wide. So Gromensky, the Australian, well, she's nervous, Bernardo, taking a big deep breath there. Big stage for her.
Who wouldn't be? Especially the first arrows are the most challenging ones. They're kind of, breaking the ice, getting to the rhythm of the match. I'm sure that
5 points.
By the second target, they'll be feeling, emotionally warmed up.
6 points.
Well, Louisa Piper beaten in her semi-final by one of the archers that we're going to get in the gold medal match.
A 4 for Ms. Piper and a 5 for Ms. Gromensky.
Gromensky just warming up into it now as we see Piper with her last arrow of the first end.
4 points for Imogen. And so we are looking at a draw. 14
Looks
points
like
each
we've got a tied score after
we'll
the first
check
end.
The scoring on that bunny target at 15 meters and determine who, if anyone, is in the lead, or if we continue with the draw as we go on to the second target, which is a 60-centimeter face.
Is in itself a very challenging.
And that will be at 35 meters.
Especially for the Recurve archers. We saw Louisa Piper. She aborted her first shot, and I believe that is because at this inclination, the quicker distance, that is like that little piece right in front of the arrow that lets the archer know that a certain draw has been reached, and it's vital for performance and precision. It becomes very challenging to reach this determined draw length. So yeah, this is especially challenging for the Recurve archers, and we saw both of them, and especially Louisa, struggling a little bit in her first shot. And yeah, well, we move on to target number 2.
Yes, indeed. Target number 2. And we can tell you that they are shooting, will be shooting at a distance of 50 metres on the 80 centimetre target face. So they're in 10 metres from yesterday's team's competition. It's adjustments too on target 3 and 4. Compared with the team's competition as well. Slight adjustments there. But these 4 archers that we're seeing in the under-21 women's today doing a great job to get through to this part of the competition. Piper was 4th in ranking, and Grzymski actually down in 7th. So she's come really quite nicely into the competition to make it into the last 4. She was beaten in her semi-final by Roberta Di Francesco of Italy, who we'll see in the gold medal match shortly. So here we go with the second end of this bronze medal under-21 match, and we are locked up at 14 all after the first end. That is confirmed. Grzymski to go first. So a complete change here. 50 metres is the target away now, but the target is much bigger.
4 points for Imogen on that shot.
Good to hear a bit of Australian support in the crowd as well.
Second shot from Imogen is a tall 5. Louisa still has yet to shoot. Three points for Louisa's first shot.
Grzymski advantage here, but Piper now lining up her second. You see Grzymski's ready to go too with her last arrow.
Louisa with a 3. And Imogen finishes this target with a 5.
Grzymski going well at the moment, Bernardo. That's a nice last arrow from her.
Indeed, but something that caught my attention is Louisa has got the sun shining on her face. She even had like these squinted eyes to aim, and that can be like a big challenge. And Imogen, on the other hand, she was nicely behind the shade. And field archery has these things, you know, like the field is so dynamic. And I also think Imogen is like getting more relaxed. Her shots are flowing really well.
Some of her previous World Championship appearances included the Recurve
good Australian contingent in the stands here.
World Archery Youth Championship in Argentina.
So Grzymski's finished with 4.55, total of 14 points to match
2019,
what she achieved in
she
the
finished first with her
first
category
end.
Recurve Junior Women.
And at the moment,
she also took a silver.
The scores are ratified on the target. Piper 3.35 for 11 points. So if those scores stand, it'll be a 3-point advantage to the Australian
major international
halfway through this bronze medal counter. And now the 2 archers come down onto the grass for the last 2 targets. Third target is going to be 25-metre distance, so a slightly further than the 20 metres we had for the team's competitions, but the target face is
and
the same,
actually a 40 centimetres.
So that's the distance for target 3 for the archers. At the moment, it's Grzymski 28, Piper 25. Nothing like shooting on a gloriously sunny day, Bernardo, with no wind. And we dream of that as archers, don't we?
Of course. We got to be ready for all scenarios. Yesterday we saw the banners and the trees moving so much. Today, at least for now, we have a a quieter day. But it means that your opponent also is having an easier time. So you just got to keep up the good shooting regardless.
All right, so here we go. It's the The footing is relatively flat, although there is a slight decline, as you can see. So the left leg is slightly below. It's like on a golf course. You just have that little downhill lie, can be a little bit awkward. So that's the conditions that each of these two archers has to face. So here goes Imogen Grzymski. Starting with a 4. Piper does take her time to get started, doesn't she? This is all part of the strategy too, isn't it? With unlike target archery where you alternate, it's a different dynamic at play here. We'll get Bernardo's take on that in just a moment, as well as Grzymski lines up her second arrow.
Looks like it caught a 3, a little low. 25 meters.
What do you think, Bernardo?
Centimeter target.
Well noted, Glenn, that Piper is taking some a longer time to start her shot. And I believe there are two very big reasons for that.
Louisa with a
First,
6.
to calm your nerves, just breathe a little. But also, we see her hitting a 6 in her first arrow. She might have noticed that Imogen started low, and then she can adjust her shot to then avoid this mistake. So you can kind of use your opponent's arrows to adjust your shot as well. And
Louisa
a second great shot by Piper. I think she got it right on target 3. And yeah, it was worth to wait a little.
Well, let's see if she can complete the perfect end here with 3 6s.
6 points and takes the lead.
Wow. She absolutely nailed that, Louisa Piper, and it looks like a 3-point deficit might have become quite a significant lead. We've had a massive shift in that end there, with Piper looking like Bernardo. She's now leading by 4 points, 43 to 39.
Yeah, what a turnaround. I'm impressed. At the second target, Imogen, she looked really relaxed. Her shots were flowing well. And then I thought like she got into this match, but then her first shot in the third target, she took long, it looked stiff. And Louisa, she just nailed it. Like, I'm impressed. They're going to the fourth target now with a 4-point difference. Let's see whether Imogen can come back. But Louisa, who didn't seem very comfortable after the first 2 ends, is now it seems she's in control of the match.
Absolutely. But this challenging target is going to be
Scores
interesting.
are official,
so this one is
on the board,
35 meters away,
leading 43 to 39,
closer than what it was
Grzymski of Australia
for the team's competition. So you can see the adjustments to the sights being made by the archers on their recurve bows, and they're going to be shooting
Final target
up
is an
into
80
the
centimeter
trees,
shot.
and they're going to be shooting at a 60 centimeter target face. So this is going to be fascinating. And it's a rather steep incline, as you're about to find out, Bernardo. I don't know if you watched the team's competitions yesterday, but this one was I wasn't going to say fun. It was certainly fun for us as spectators watching. Don't know about the archers enjoying it, though.
Yeah, I feel the fun and sometimes the not so fun part about it is that every target, every competition is different. Like, you never get the same conditions. And yeah, they began shooting downhill, and then they were on the flat ground, but their feet were on a not level surface, and now they're shooting up, which again, just like shooting downwards, is difficult because of the clicker. And Louisa is fencing the first shot.
Let's see how Piper goes. She did that in the last couple of ends as well. I think she's just looking initially for how it all looks through the sight, and is quite happy to let the Australian go first. The real cat and mouse kind of situation. So Grzymski again is going to go.
Imogen shoots, caught a 1.
First,
good
she
height
starts with a 1.
but left and right, not ideal.
That could really hurt her. She's already 4 points behind heading into this end. Grzymski just trying to get into her happy place at the moment. archers have. They're on the clock as well.
A 4 and a 4.
Now, Grzymski's done better with her second arrow there, Bernardo. Piper's
Louisa
got a 4 with her
47,
first.
Imogen with a 44.
Yeah, I think in her first shot, Piper as well, she just drew her bow also to feel the clicker and to feel this position first and kind of just get acquainted a little bit.
4 points.
We also saw her, you know, looking at a little paper. I presume
And
she's
a
got
3.
her sight marks written down and discussing with her coach. And yeah, she's got a very good first arrows now for the third one. And actually, she's got this wrapped up.
Yeah.
And Louisa finishes with a 3.
She has it wrapped up. That's really good, consistent shooting, isn't it, from Louisa Piper? And she has got the bronze medal in the Recurve under-21 women's competition. Her tactics there of just letting her opponent take the first 2 arrows, I think, was significant in that match. So well played.
Congratulations to
Piper.
Imogen Grzymski of Australia making it to the finals. And our bronze medal winner is Louisa Piper of Great Britain.
Set it up. So hard luck there for the Australian Grzymski, who won't win a medal here, but Louisa Piper,
coming up next, the gold
British
medal match,
archer, the
Recurve
19-year-old,
U21.
walks off, winning the bronze medal in the Recurve under-21 women's.
Yeah, great shooting. We saw. I'm still impressed with the turnaround. Archery has got, you know, very unpredictable turnarounds we see. In the end, at least to me, Imogen, she did look like uncomfortable and with her shot being stiff. And, you know, just speaking from my own experience, it's not easy to be on the shooting line just waiting and judging the conditions. Sometimes you just want to get on and just shoot your arrows as fast as you can. I believe Imogen was feeling a little bit like that. And, well, great job, Louisa, for, you know, just holding her nerve.
Final scores are confirmed and on the board. 54 points for
the gold medal match
for
now.
Louisa Piper of Great Britain. And
Yes,
now
indeed, just confirming the scores there. The total score for Piper, 54, beating Grzymski for Australia with 47. So good work by Piper to win the bronze medal. Next match up, and we're going to be having this one for you in just a moment, and it's going to feature 2 Italians. We're going to have Aiko Rolando of Italy, the 20-year-old, up against her compatriot, 19 years of age, Roberta Di Francesco. That's coming up in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our judge and coaches for our gold medal Recurve under-21 women's match. Shooting for the gold medal, please welcome, representing Italy, Aiko Rolando. Reigning junior world champion. And her opponent shooting for the gold medal, please welcome, representing Italy, Roberta Di Francesco.
So here come the 2 archers for the gold medal match in the Recurve under-21 category. Aiko Rolando, 20-year-old, already a medalist
from the 2022
at these
European
games. She won
Grand Prix
silver in
Bulgaria.
the under-21 mixed teams Recurve competition.
Of Italy,
and her opponent, Roberto Di Francesco. These 2
overall
were the top
40% match wins.
archers in qualification, with Rolando scoring
Also
6.68
the individual
and Di
champion of the
Francesco
Nîmes archery tournament in
6.31.
France in
In the semi-finals, it was Rolando beating Louisa Piper of Great Britain, 55-53.
Junior women's team continental champion of Europe in 2021.
Roberta Di Francesco beating
mixed
the
team
Australian Imogen Grzymski 65-57. Rolando, the reigning world champion in this category
back in the European Youth Cup of 2017.
And she won that at the age of just 16. Fantastic achievement to win this title, and here she goes.
Francesco is a junior
back-to-back titles.
Team champion of the
magnificent achievement.
European Indoor
Di Francesco is a good archer.
Earlier this year.
And actually has a world ranking, unlike Rolando.
So now underway under the supervision.
See how this goes.
Of World Archery Judge Shannon
Francisco is closest to camera. Rolando, the left-hander. A big moment here as we start the gold medal match in the Recurve under-21 women's section.
Opening arrow is a 5.
Now the archers have 2 minutes to shoot all 3 arrows per end. That's the time limit, so plenty of time to get the 3 arrows away.
And a 5 for Roberta.
So this target repeating is just 15 meters away.
And a 5 from that shot just now.
The target face is just 20 centimeters in diameter, so it looks a lot bigger there, doesn't it? But it is absolutely tiny.
And a 5 and a 5 and a 4 for Roberta so far. No,
Francisco lining up one here.
5 asterisk, that is correct.
So De Francisco scores a 4 with her second arrow.
Five points.
De Francisco with a 5 to finish. So Rolando just trying to hit that arrow into that top target on her side of the range.
And a 5 for
looks like that
Iko.
might be a 4. Bernardo.
Officially right now,
looks like we might have a tied end.
For Iko Rolando of Italy. And
opponent,
Roberta Di Francesco with
it's interesting. I'm curious to see throughout the day whether in the other categories, in compound and barebow, whether we're going to see so many aborted shots. But especially in the first stand where, as I said, lots of nerves. It's the first arrows. You're kind of, getting into the match. We saw Roberta drifting a little bit to the right, I think. But yeah, everything level, it seems, or I think we just got confirmation that Iko has a 1 point lead over her compatriot. Yeah, like getting the draw length right and getting comfortable, especially in the beginning, is very challenging. And I believe we're going to see more fluid shots now on target number 2.
Iko Rolando defeated Luisa Piper.
Indeed, Rolando, you're spot on, has got a 1 point lead. 15 to 14, 3 5s she scored. I mean, she's on the right of that shot right there.
In action now on the second
with De Francisco on the left. And they go, checking everything out for the long one, the 50-meter shot.
4 points. And a 4.
Both archers shooting 4s in their first arrows. It's certainly a hugely different dynamic when they both shoot together like this. A real adjustment mentally. With the fact they're not alternating.
Roberta with a 4.
Rolando, that one definitely didn't look like it was on the planning sheet, Bernardo.
No, I think I myself have suffered with this sometimes. When you abort shot and shot again, like you don't get a nice rhythm. That is like really not good. Her first shot was very fluid. She should just try to get that same sensation again. She aborts it once more. She might be running out of time. She's got to hurry the last shot. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, it doesn't feel good as an archer when you find yourself in this situation.
Rolando now unleashes.
4.
You can see there, Di Francisco's last arrow looks like it's kissed the inner ring, so looks like a 6, and it's now been confirmed as a 6. So she's totaled 14. Rolando, despite her problems with a 6 here, can take the lead, and it looks like it's a 5. So it looks like we're going to be all even going down to the ground. Plenty for Rolando to think about.
Yeah, let's wait for the confirmation at the target. I think Roberta Di Francisco, maybe, like as I said after the first end, I think maybe she was a little bit to the right, especially she had her 4 in the middle target was to the right. And then on this end, she started to the left. Maybe she overcompensated on her side, but then anyway, her last arrow was dead center, and she'll be hoping to maintain this for the third end.
2 targets now complete. We're halfway through this gold medal match, and we've got
gold medal
very
match you're
close
watching.
score, 28
the
points
Recurve under-21 women's action. Don't forget we have the Recurve under-21 bronze and gold in the men coming up next before we move to Barebow women's medal matches and then the Barebow men's medal matches in this session. So still plenty good archery to come, and some very good archers, many who we saw yesterday in the teams competition trying to win again, which is always fun. And as we touched on, Rolando here trying to win her 2nd medal of these games, having won silver in the mixed teams competition on the previous day. She's got a fierce competitor today, though, with Di Francisco. So adjustments to the bow need to be made as the distance this time is much shorter, 25 meters. But the target face is half the size as the previous end. So it's all fun and games in field archery, Bernardo, isn't it? With all sorts of adjustments needing to be made.
Yeah, and irregular terrain. Of course, from archer to archer, some might feel a little bit more comfortable with unlevel terrain, but shooting flat. Others shooting at an angle. But yeah, let's see how it goes. The third end on the way.
4 on that first shot from Heiko.
Rolando starts with a 4, as does Di Francisco. See if Rolando will try and get into a better rhythm this time. At the end of the day, you can't really control your opponent, so you have to shoot high scores. It's ultimately what counts. And Rolando's got a 5 with her 2nd.
And a 6 for Roberta Di Francisco.
Nice shot there from Di Francisco. And yep,
that gives her
a nod of satisfaction is always good to see. Last arrow, no, Rolando is going to reset. As you see, Di Francisco.
5.
Looks like it's kissed the line for a 5. So 4, 6, 5. 15 points for Di Francisco, it looks like, in this end, which means Rolando needs a 6 to tie it up heading into the last end.
6.
And she does it. Brilliant response to the pressure there.
Once again with 1 target
what remaining. A difference. Rolando definitely feeling much more comfortable shooting this third target without the angle. We could see her 3 shots flowing much better.
So far,
the first attempt of her third shot, which she aborted, in my opinion, she did the right thing because it was really looking forced. But yeah, she got it right. Di Francisco, even though she got a 5 on her last arrow, she clearly did not look happy about it. Maybe it didn't feel like a good shot or something. But as an archer, we just gotta forget everything that happened so far, and it's always the next arrow, and then the next one, then the next one. If you start thinking about the bigger picture, that's not gonna do you any good, and especially now, because this is the critical moment. We can see how high those targets are. And yeah, it's all to play for now. We saw in the bronze medal match, Imogen, like she just kind of threw the match away by shooting that first arrow in the one. So you got to be careful at all moments now.
Yes, absolutely. That wide shot we just saw, again, fantastic illustration of the challenge required by the archers. It's not an easy challenge to overcome. So at the moment we are dead even, 43 all. That is where we are, all confirmed. So the winner of this end will win the match. And Rolando having trouble trying to find a spot without getting the sun in her eyes too. Look how close the archers are back to back here.
6.
Great start for Di Francesco. She's buried one in the 6. That is set, drawing a line in the sand right there for Iker Rolando as she tries to defend her title. Di Francesco just wants to do the same again with her second.
Roberta with a 4.
Oh, still, that's a good competitive arrow. And now Iker Rolando. Still not happy. She's not in her happy place. Look at the body language. It's not positive, is it, from her at the moment? Di Francesco, all business. Well, I just say that. The old commentator's curse comes back to bite me again. Here comes Rolando.
5 points.
Wow.
Iker Rolando.
Despite her pressure, that's a pretty good result, you'd have to say.
3 on that final shot for Roberta.
She ends with a 3, so there is wriggle room here for the left-hander. Di Francesco's going to lock in a score of 56.
6.
Oh, it's a 6. Fantastic shot. So for the win, Iker Rolando needs a 3 or higher to retain her title from 4 years ago.
1 second left on the clock. 3 points and a 1 point victory.
3. It is just inside the 3
Rolando.
as well.
Unofficially, we'll wait for the official score, but it looks like a 1 point victory for the gold medal with 1 second left on the clock
by a single point,
Rolando of
just
Italy.
inside
And a
time
silver
limit
medal
as
for
well,
Roberta Di Francesco, her teammate.
Nearly seconds after her last shot, and look what it means to a brilliant performance by Iker Rolando. And Bernardo, that was a special moment of the tournament.
Wow, clearly. And it's beautiful to see Roberta Di Francesco, even though she lost, she's clearly so happy for what I believe, from what we can see, is her friend, not just a competitor and a teammate, but a friend. And it's really beautiful to see these moments. Like Iker Rolando, she did a great job. That last arrow, it did look very difficult, and I'm sure it was. I think she was even shedding some tears, right? Like the last arrow of a match, when it's like the final one to win it, everything to lose, everything to gain. It's really hard. Like, she got exactly what she needed, which was a 3, and wow, very exciting and beautiful match.
Absolutely. What fantastic archery from both of the Italians in that final. And now they get to relax and share some stories, which is really cool to see. But those scores just been ratified. But Rolando, oh boy, that only just made the 3 zone, didn't it? And it only just got in before the,
and your champion is
buzzer
Iker
expired.
Rolando,
so well done to
Italy.
Iker Rolando. She wins the gold. Roberto
Silver
Di
medal,
Francesco.
Roberta Di Francesco.
He gets the silver.
Victory ceremony will take
Great
place
match
in just
in
a
the
few moments.
Recurve Women's Under-21 final. We'll be back for the victory ceremony soon.
Congratulations, you are the world champion. How does it feel?
Great, amazingly actually. After Cortina, where I won 4 years ago, my goal was to be called world champion for 6 years. Now it's a thing. I'm world champion again. And yeah, this feels amazing, even because the last year was a tough one for me. I had to get back after a shoulder surgery due to an injury, so being here, winning here is amazing. Truly amazing. I'm so thankful to everyone and to myself to keep going. I'm happy, yeah, really happy.
It was an extremely close match, and you had a little time at the end. So what were you thinking at that time?
Well, it was a close match, and I'm happy about that. Roberta is a great friend, so keep the play on through all the match was an amazing thing. On the last arrow, I was a little scared actually. Clicker wasn't click, so yeah, it's been hard. I'm been lucky actually a little bit on the last arrow. It's a good feeling though. Anyway,
you must be very emotional now.
Yeah. I am. I've been dreaming about this moment for 4 years. I've been waiting for this since Cortina, even because 2020 World Championship were cancelled due to COVID. So yeah, it's amazing. I can't think anything else except for that.
Thank you very much, and once again, huge congratulations on winning the title.
Thank you so much.
Well, that was a fantastic interview, and well done to Aika Rolando. Brilliant effort from her, and great to see her emotions come out of her like that. Brilliant stuff. So Aika Rolando wins the gold. Roberto Di Francesco da Silva and Louisa Piper from Great Britain gets the bronze. And we'll be back with that victory ceremony very soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Recurve under-21 women. Medals will be presented by local organizing committee president Bruce Cull. Gifts will be presented by USA Archery Chief Executive Officer Rod Menzer. Bronze medal representing Great Britain, Louisa Piper.
Great job by Louisa Piper, who is behind her Australian opponent, Imogen Grzymski, halfway through, but came home very strongly. Set up by brilliant third end, perfect end, 666. And brought it home nicely to win by 7 points. Very good archery from Louisa Piper, 19-year-old, world ranking at the moment of 87, so a young archer on the rise. Keep your eye on her in the future.
Italy, Roberta Di Francesco.
Well, she got so close to winning gold. She was only 1 point behind the champion. Did some great archery from Roberta Di Francesco to win silver. Still a great effort to make the final. Not easy to go all the way and compete for medals in any category of archery. She was great to watch.
Gold medal representing Italy, Aika Rolando.
Aika Rolando gets on the podium, as she did top of the podium as she did 4 years ago to defend her title. Second medal of these games as well, having won silver in the mixed teams competition. That means a lot for her to stand on top to win the under-21 recurve women's title.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Italy. Please give a warm round of applause to our athletes, ladies and gentlemen. And our next match will be getting underway in just a few moments.
Well, wonderful scenes here at Yankton, here at the World Archery Field Championships in the recurve women's under-21 category. Congratulations to all three archers: Aiko Rolando, the gold medalist; Roberto Di Francesco of Italy, the silver; and Louisa Piper of Great Britain, the bronze medal. We'll come back in just a moment and we will move to the recurve under-21 men's section with the bronze medal match, which features archers from Italy and France, before we have the gold medal match featuring archers from the Czech Republic and Spain.
Please welcome the coach and judges for our next match, the recurve under-21 men's bronze medal final. And now, please welcome our competitors. Representing Italy, this is Matteo Borsani. Representing France, please welcome Antoine Balanon. Our World Archery judge for this match.
Here come the two archers for the under-21 recurve men's bronze medal match. Matteo Borsani of Italy,
for the recurve
Antoine Balanon
under-21 men's
France.
category here at the 2022
Borsani, a
World Archery
19-year-old
Field
Italian
Championship.
silver medalist,
First target,
the mixed
20
teams
centimeter
recurve
birdie,
under-21
shot at
competition
15 meters.
with Aiko Rolando and Antoine Balanon, who won gold in the recurve mixed teams under-21. So these two met yesterday, albeit in a teams competition final. A great effort from Antoine Balanon to win gold with Audrey Machinette. And here we go with the men's bronze medal under-21 competition. Borsani losing to Rufus Morillo of Spain by 6 points in the semis, 60-54. And Bellanont losing to Krejci of the Czech Republic, 60-53. Both young archers on the rise. Borsani and Bellanont, these two actually topped qualification as well. Borsani with a score of 706, Bellanont with 670.
There it is, 5 for Matteo and a 4 for Antoine.
So we are underway at the first target, which is 15 meters away on the bunny target. And these two archers are not hesitating to get into the match, as they go for that small target face of just 20 centimeters. The last arrow is coming up for each of them here. They have 2 minutes to complete their 3 arrows.
4-4-4 to finish for...
Now Bellanont looks like he has scored 3 4s in his, or Borsani rather, scored 3 4s. Last arrow here for the French archer. Oh, it's a beauty. Always nice ending and end with a 6.
Right now, 14 points on the board for Mr. Bellanont.
Beautiful last shot by Antoine. I wanted to mention this in the previous match as well. We saw in this one, like the first target, it's a 3-spot target, so 1 arrow goes in each little target. And it's interesting to note that each archer, they have their own routine, let's say. So both of them started the center target, but then Antoine went to the top one while Matteo shot the bottom one in his second arrow. And I believe this comes from indoor target archery shot at 18 meters, something completely different to what we're watching now. But, you know, these things, they just come as a kind of a comfort thing. So you just feel more comfortable shooting in this order, even though it doesn't really make a big difference. But yeah, in this environment, you just want to do everything you can to feel at home, to feel more comfortable. And now that maybe nerves are not as high, we're getting into second end. Let's see how it goes. Everything tied, all level, and yeah, start of second end.
Yes, indeed. Borsani's actually first arrow's been upgraded to a 6. So 14 all is the score. Borsani 19, Bellanont 18. Neither of these two archers has an official world ranking at the moment, but they're both very talented. We see Borsani on the right. And they're going at the target, which is 50 meters away. Target number 2.
Borsani with a 4. Mr. Bellanont.
Looks like Bellanont has got a 1-point lead after opening with the 5. The other thing too, Bernardo, is that unlike target archery, the two competitors are a lot closer to each other, aren't they? I mean, in target archery, they're quite separate. There is some distance between your opponent, but here they're pretty much right next to each other.
23 points each.
Yes. You know, of course, you have no direct influence over your opponent, but of course, in any discipline of archery, sometimes we feel like a little bit affected, or that I am affecting, like lots of mind games, body language. But now, as you pointed out, like being so close, this happens, you know, with the greater strength, and you just got to keep your focus on the task at hand, which is shooting as close as you can to the center of the target.
5 to take the lead for Mr. Bellanont.
Yeah, it's a nice dynamic shift, isn't it? So looks a pretty even
1-point lead unofficially on the board.
And there too for the two archers.
Heading over to target number 3 now, which is a 40-centimeter face at 25 meters.
So we'll just wait for those scores to come through, and it looks like we might have a 1-point lead for Bellanont at this stage. His last score was a 5, and that will have given him a 1-point lead. But, it's a pretty even match halfway through this bronze medal encounter.
Absolutely. And from the last matches, we saw that, you know, nothing is a given. You just got to keep your game as high as you can until the very end of the match. Matteo Borsani, like his shot seems to be like, you know, it's a very strong, full of energy, and yeah, I think he finds himself in a good position in this match. He's just got to maybe, you know, direct it a little bit better, just control it a little bit more. We see a lot of movement after his shot, but Antoine Balanon also with a great performance, and we left the comfortable position of leveled feet, but high angle, and now we get to unleveled feet, but flat surface, and let's see how it goes. Start of third end.
Third end is a 25-meter target. That target face 40 centimeters in diameter, so each end very different from the previous one. Balanon confirmed with a 1-point lead. He's closest to camera.
Shooting simultaneously, but a better payoff for Mr. Balanon, who shot.
It looks like Balanon has got a little gain there. Both shooting at the same time. Borsani only opening with a 2 there. It could have some major ramifications for him.
Mr. Balanon with a liner 3-4. And it's a
much better second arrow from the Italian.
A 4 for Mr. Borsani, unofficially.
So Borsani catches up.
2-point lead for Mr. Balanon.
Cuts the deficit by a couple of points there. He really needs a 6 here for his last arrow.
Mr. Borsani with a 5-4 liner.
He's just hung it left. Similar spot there. One of those maybe line lickers, so we'll see.
Mr. Balanon with a clear 5.
So 5, that's right in the heart of the 5 zone. So it looks like, Bernardo, that Balanon has got the advantage heading into this all-important last end.
Currently, our board shows
and something interesting to note, at the second target, I believe both of them were shooting behind the shade, under the shade. And now that they're shooting under the sun, I think this really changes the string blur. So for the audience who's not very acquainted with archery, seeing the string and where you place it on the bow is a very important part of aiming. And then if that changes from one target to another, it might affect the lateral, you know, how you hit on the sides. And we saw both of them hitting on different parts, different sides of the target, but then having to adjust towards the end. And I believe that whether the sun is hitting directly or not, it makes a big difference on that.
Antoine Balanon, 40 points.
Yeah, looks, that's an interesting observation, because yesterday the archers were finding target number 3 quite comfortable, but not today. The scores have not so far reflected yesterday's scores in the teams event, so it's an interesting observation you've made there. So that last arrow from Borsani has been upgraded to a 5, so he goes to 38 points, and he is 2 behind Balanon, the French archer, heading into this last end. Last 3 arrows for the 2 archers. Bronze medal at stake here for these 2. Francis Balanon, 40-38.
Four points for Mr. Borsani of Italy. And a 4 for Mr. Balanon. Each archer with 2 arrows remaining.
Borsani has 2 arrows left here, and we're still
France, Mr. Balanon.
Got that 2-point advantage for Balanon.
Mr. Borsani with a 5. Mr. Balanon with a 4.
So, 1 point game with 1 arrow left. Stakes are high here for Borsani.
5 points.
Oh, just a touch high, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So Bellanot needs a 5 here to win the bronze medal. Wow. Pressure of the situation is now affecting the French archer. Got to compose himself here. Borsani's done his bit. All he can do is wait and hope. Bellanot for a bronze medal. Anything gold will do. He's got it just. Again, he's touched the line, and Bellanot looks like he's got it by a point. That is nerves of steel right there.
Congratulations to
for Bellanot, and look at the relief on his face. Fantastic achievement and effort from him to get there by the skin of his teeth.
Under-21 men's gold medal final is
nerves
next.
of steel indeed. We can see that huge sigh of relief, you know, hugging and just talking about it with his coach. I think Matteo Borsani played it really well. It serves as a kind of a mental trick to, you know, if you're getting it all together and shooting well, you just shoot your 3 arrows and then you leave your opponent on the shooting line to, you know, overthink and then think of all the different ways in which it can go wrong. But Antoine just resisted very well, aborted the first shot, maybe felt that something didn't really feel good about that one, and then came with everything to hit a 5, exactly what he needed. We are being treated with very good matches today, Glenn. I think we're having a great start, and I think it'll continue throughout the day.
Yeah, look, I think you're spot on, Bernardo. Some of the matchups in some of the later categories are looking fantastic, and
the scores are confirmed and it's official. Antoine Bellanot of France is the bronze medal winner.
Antoine Bellanot has been confirmed as the bronze medalist, beating Matteo Borsani of Italy by 53-52. So a great job by the French archer to win bronze. We're going to come back with our next match in just a moment, and that will be the gold medal match featuring Franco Rufus Morillo of Spain up against Richard Krejci of the Czech Republic.
And now, please welcome the judge and coaches to the field of play for our next match, the gold medal final for the Recurve under-21 men. Shooting for the gold medal, please welcome Franco Rufus Morillo. Shooting for the gold medal, representing Czech Republic, please welcome Richard Krejci. A World Archery International judge for this match.
So here come the two archers for the gold medal match now in the Recurve under-21 men's competition. Franco Rufus Morillo of Spain, who was 4th in the ranking round, and Richard Krejci of the Czech Republic, who finished 6th. So these two have come through the eliminations and into the semi-finals and come through nicely, these two. Despite not being near the top of the qualifications, they have found their, or left their best form in the semi-finals. Both of them scored 60 points in the semi-finals to win their matches, which is a very good score. And let's see if they bring their A games to this Recurve under-21 gold medal match. And for Richard Krejci, he got close to winning a medal in the mixed teams competition, finishing 4th, just losing the bronze medal match. So a chance for him to get on the podium here again today. Rufus Morillo is 20 years of age, just new on the archery scene. Krejci is just 16 years old. So here he is trying to win an under-21 title, Bernardo. That would be some achievement for a 16-year-old.
Not bad at all. Me myself, I would have loved to have this title, Franco, Rufus, Morillo, we could see he knew right after he released the string that it was a good shot. It was in the 5, is that a 6? Yeah, he's definitely feeling very good right from the start. Good shooting.
Well, let's see if the standard maintains here. Krejci's opened with potentially a 5 and a 4. We'll see if that first arrow might be upgraded to a 5. Last arrow here for Rufus Morillo. Wow, he is feeling it. $17 out of 18. I'd take that any day of the week in the first end of a gold medal match. And here's Krejci, and that's going to be a 5 for him.
We have a 16 for Mr.
Nice
Rufus
archery there
Spain,
from the Spaniard.
We have a 14.
Yeah,
Mr.
it's so
Krejci
good when you can start a final match like this, you know. Like when you just put it all together right from the start. I'm sure this is going to make him feel way calmer and more relaxed for the second end. We see the archers adjusting their sights. Adjusting the sight is one of the skills the archer has to develop really well for field archery, because not only the distances change, but also the inclination. They're shooting downhill, so with
Mr.
this
Rufus
angle
picks up a point
shooting
after
downwards
scoring,
towards
so he's got
the ground,
points on the board.
the effect this
Mr.
has on the
Krejci
sight,
Czech Republic,
it's like as if you were
on the
shooting a target that is actually closer than the real distance. And at the fourth target, the fourth end, we're going to see later on, since they're shooting upwards, the effect is the opposite. So it's kind of like you're shooting a target that is actually further away. So all of this, you know, it's a skill set you have to develop to be spot on from the first arrow in each target. And here we go, set end number 2.
This is the first time they've met.
Indeed, and the inclination between the first end and the second end is a lot smaller for the second end. Very sharp decline on that first end down to the 15-meter target, but now in the distance is a 50-meter target. Still down incline, but not as steep.
There's a 4 for Mr.
Rufus Morillo will start with a 4.
His opponent with a 4-5 liner.
Looks like that might have just touched the line from Krejci. Even though it was brilliant archery from the Spaniard in that first end, I don't think Krejci would be too disappointed with his form. And 4 points down at the moment. He wouldn't want the margin to get any bigger than that. And then the pressure will really come on him. But he'll back himself here, the 16-year-old, to come back after that. First end. His heart's racing, isn't it? Yeah, it's a real skill in this sport, isn't it? As you well know, Bernardo, to deal with the nerves and the adrenaline. It's just a natural kind of occurring feature of the body, but you've somehow got to deal with it because you want to be in your calm, happy place on the shooting line.
Absolutely. You're just standing, not doing much, but your heart can be racing as if you're running a sprint. And Franco Rufus Morillo was very accurate adjusting his sight. He started a little bit high, but then finished off with a very good shot in the 6. Richard Krejci, let's see his last arrow. I think he's not fully comfortable in this match yet. His body moving. Oh, that didn't look good. I think he's going to feel lucky and happy for that arrow landing on what seems to be a 5, because the execution really didn't look like a 5. And sometimes you just got to take it. And as I said before, just forget it all. On to the next end, next arrow. And yeah, everything's yet to play for.
Well, Rufus Morillo, out of his 6 arrows, has 3 6s. So that's a pretty good effort from the Spaniard, and he's locked in a score. It looks like a 31 for the first 6. And that score is, as I go back through the previous matches we've had in this session, it's easily the best at the halfway stage of any of the previous matches. So Rufus Morillo going well. And looks like Krejci's going to lock in a 4, 2 4s, and maybe a 5 with that first arrow, which is starred at the moment. And he will hopefully get that upgraded because he'll need every point he can get, being behind by a minimum, Bernardo, of at least 4 points heading into the last half of this gold medal match.
Points on the board for Franco.
Yeah, I think Richard Krejci, he just wasn't very lucky touching the lines, you know. Sometimes the difference between an arrow that has barely touched the line or not, the difference is minimal, and it just feels like kind of luck. But then just forget it all. Like, it's interesting to note that both archers, they have very different techniques, but all roads lead to Rome, right? Everybody just wants to hit the center of the target. But yeah, it seems to me Richard Krejci, he's like not feeling comfortable, not yet, and he'd better find his way soon, because it's already halfway through the match, and we go end number 3.
Yeah, and it's a comfortable margin for the Spaniard at the moment. He leads by 31-26. So he's extended his lead by 2 points after the first end. And now they go to target 3, which is 25 meters away, 40 centimeter target face.
4 points for Mr. Krejci of Czech Republic.
It's been interesting, this target here. It's the flattest, if you like, for the archers. No significant incline or decline to
Morillo,
navigate here, Bernardo, but they seem to just be struggling a little bit, all the archers today on this.
Yes, and I think one of the biggest contributing factors to this is body balance is so important in archery. And because the terrain is not level there, so it really affects your body balance. I think we can even see Rufus Morillo moving slightly as he's pulling through the clicker, but he's just found his way into the 5. And also, they were shooting with a big angle before, and then when you change to the flat surface, it feels so different. It's like it's another shot. It's another sport, if you may. And yeah, we see them aborting the shots and like finding it difficult to find their rhythm again.
Yeah, it's a good camera shot behind the two archers to give you a really good indication. Rufus Morillo will finish with a 4, but Krejci really needs something in the yellow here to have any hope at all.
4 points for Mr. Krejci.
Just hanging on to it, but he's got a 4.
5-point deficit, just as we had going into that last.
So it looks like those scores are going to be identical. 4-5-4. Those arrow scores through that end for those two archers, and it looks like that, comfortable 5-point margin for the Spaniard is going to be maintained heading into this last end.
35-meter shot.
Yes, Richard Krejci, it's like I've seen already 3 arrows in which his release did not come out smooth at all. Like he really doesn't look comfortable. And Rufus Morillo, on the other hand, he looks rock solid. Like he looks really to have found his mojo here. And yeah, I think it'll take quite a lot for him to lose this medal. But I have seen crazier things in archery, so yeah, we gotta wait and see, because anything can happen.
Well, that's exactly right. You've still got to get 3 arrows on the target. That is ultimately what matters. And if Rufus Morillo gets one wrong, then the door could be wide open for the Czech archer to come back into it. So now they go up into the trees for this last target. 35 meters away, 60 centimeter target face. But this target's actually up on a crane in the trees. So let's see if Rufus Morillo can maintain his composure and win the gold here for himself and Spain. He knows he's just 3 solid arrows away from winning gold. there's one right off the bat, and just like that, he's extended his lead by another 2 points. His 6th arrow out of 10 into the 5 or 6 zone for the Spaniard, so he's going great in this match.
5
and there's another one.
Mr. Rufus.
Yeah, Krejci is not happy at all, is he? He's just not kind of finding or feeling it at the moment. He got 60 points. He can play in the semi-finals, but he just hasn't brought it today. So Rufus Morillo looks certain now. He's got the gold medal all wrapped up. Krejci with that 5, but her deficit is too big, so it's going to be gold to Spain. And he has shot magnificently in this match. As we just await Krejci's final arrow.
Silver medal for Richard Krejci.
Finished with a 4, but Rufus Morillo of Spain gets the job done very, very nicely in this Recurve men's under-21 match. And there are the Spaniards in the stands. They loving it, which is not surprising. Great effort from him, Bernardo.
Oh, what a great performance by Franco Rufus Morillo. Right from the start, we could see that he was feeling really good. He was in a very comfortable place for this match. Something that caught my attention was that Richard Krejci, he was like his arrows, they were spread on the target in several different ends. You could see he shot like an arrow a little bit high, a little bit to the left or to the right. While Rufus Morillo, he clearly had a grouping, you know. And wow, he looked and he must have felt great shooting. And let's hear from him. Great performance.
Huge congratulations. You are the world champion. How does it feel?
Thanks so much. It does feel so great. That's a good week. And yeah, that's I don't know how to say. That's confidence. I feel so happy, so nice to be here, to shoot in Yankton. And yeah, that's I think all.
You seemed to control the match. You had an advantage. Did it give you like some kind of relaxation that you shoot calmly?
I started the final a little bit nervous, but when I shot the 3 first arrows, good, and I say like, yeah, let's continue doing the job, feeling good, and I think that's the thing I do all the final.
So probably you are coming back home really happy with your gold medal.
Yeah, I'm so happy to see, and I want to see my family or my friends and say, give me a hug. Yeah.
Thank you very much, and once again, huge congratulations on winning the world champion title.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful effort there from Franco Rufus Morillo of Spain, who did a superb job. Confirmed final score was 58-51 over Richard Krejci, and we're going to have the victory ceremony for you coming up very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Recurve under-21 men. Medals will be presented by World Archery Secretary General Tom Dillon. Gifts will be presented by Southeast South Dakota Tourism Director Casey Haberman. Bronze medal representing France, Antoine Ballanon.
Well, what a wonderful match. Needed a last arrow of a 5 to get it done, and he did it. Great effort from Ballanon. It's over Orsani by just a single point. And for the French archer, it's the second time he's made the podium after winning gold in the mixed teams recurve under 21
Silver
competition.
Medal, representing the Czech Republic, Richard Kretzy.
Kretzy did a brilliant job to get to the final. Only 16 years of age, close to winning a medal in the mixed teams, losing the bronze medal match, but here he is winning silver today. So great effort, and the exciting thing about this archer is he could be back 4 years' time to go for gold again in this category. Great job by Richard Kretzy.
Gold medal representing Spain, Franco Rufus Morillo.
How good was this lad? 20 years of age, and great for Spanish archery. The new hero of the sport is emerging here for Spain. 58 points is a very good score in the final. Set up by a wonderful effort in the first end. Put all of them,
ladies and gentlemen,
in the
please
gold zone. So there he is, the champion
anthem of Spain,
Franco Rufus Morillo.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our athletes.
Yes, a wonderful
Coming up
achievement
shortly,
by
the compound
Franco Rufus Morillo to win gold
men's
in the
bronze medal
recurve under
final.
21 men's section. Congratulations to Richard Kretzy of the Czech Republic, who got the silver, and Antoine Ballanon of France, the bronze. In a moment, we are going to switch to a new format. We're off to the Bebo category in just a second, and we're going to start with some men's action in the Barebow. That's coming up soon. In fact, the women's rather is coming up first. So, and then we'll be off to the men's in the Barebow to end this session. So stay with us here on finals day of the World Archery Field Championships of 2022. Actually, a slight correction for you folks. We have one more match in under 21's competition first. It's the compound men's under 21. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're going to have that in just a moment with the archers coming out to compete in this category. Here come the coaches. Bernardo, it's important to get your notes in order. I've found over the
for the
years,
bronze medal,
very
representing
important.
France, please welcome Francois Dubois.
Absolutely. And today, the notes, the most important notes, at least for the archers, are their sight marks. We're heading now into a different category. Now with a compound bow, And the biggest differences that we can see the
for
cams
the bronze
on
medal,
each
representing Slovenia. Please
end
welcome
of the bow.
Matija Brank.
But I'll explain that as the match goes on. We have the introductions.
It's indeed Francois Dubois of France, 17 years of age, and alias Brink of Slovenia from the 18. He's aged 18 and already has a world ranking of 58, which isn't too bad for an 18-year-old.
4 targets.
So
we'll decide who will win the bronze.
We go with the same
today.
distances and target faces at play here for compound as we did for the under-21s in the recurve.
20-centimeter target.
Well, these two come into this
and that's being shot at 15
event.
meters.
Let's have a look and see how they did in qualification. Dubois finished 4th and Brink 2nd in qualification, but both losing their semi-finals. So here goes Brink first. He is the World Youth Champion from 2021 in target archery. And he's also competed at a European Field Championships as well. So Brink from Slovenia is an archer to watch. Bronze medal match. Remember, this first target is 15 meters down below them on a 20-meter target, a 20-centimeter target face, rather. Dubois, a young archer on the rise, just 17 years of age, making his first foray into international competition here. He's doing a great job to compete for a medal.
Mr. Dubois with a 5. Mr. Brank previously shot a 4. 1 point lead.
Both arrows so far fairly similar for these two.
4 points for Mr. Brank, giving him 13 points on the board. Opportunity now for
So
Mr.
it looks
Dubois
like Brink is going to lock in a score of 13 for this first end. Dubois could have a lead here.
Francois Dubois of France
Got a 6 there, it looks like, Bernardo, and that's just a perfect way to finish.
We'll find out what the
Absolutely, absolutely. Brank was drifting slightly upwards as the end went on. Each arrow hitting slightly higher than the previous one. We saw Dubois that seemed, to have some nerves in the beginning, aborted a shot, and had some deep breaths, but he found his way. At the beginning, I thought his shots, they were coming out maybe with a little too much energy, like a little bit forceful. But I just really like how he's keeping it all together, even though, with all this energy coming off, I think he's just keeping it all together very nicely. And we go to end number 2.
Yeah, it's a good lead for Dubois.
Now on to
3
target
points.
number 2, an 80-centimeter face, 50
decent,
meters to the
and
target.
Brink with 2 4s will be a bit
Some side
disappointed.
hill.
These compound archers
has proven to be a challenging target for most
can
of the
be
competitors
hugely
in the
accurate.
categories earlier today. Compounds, however, do have an advantage, a leveling device in the sight, helping prevent some of the side hill effects.
Let's see if Brink can make adjustments
However,
here, the Slovenian, to try and
because of
take
the
back what is
effects
a
of
good
the
3-point
elevation
buffer
over the target.
that Dubois has. So here we go in number 2, shooting at that target 50 meters away.
6 points to start out for Mr. Brink of Slovenia, and his opponent from France has a 5. And now
Well,
it's a
Brink's
2-point
first
lead for
arrow was
Francois
a
Dubois of
beauty.
France. Six points for
Nice response
Mr.
from Dubois. And Brink looks like he's found his range now, Bernardo.
6 for Mr. Brink.
That's very beautiful grouping. Absolutely the best way to respond to the initial lead that Dubois had. And I think we've got ourselves a great match ahead of us here, Glenn.
I agree. Particularly if Brink can Banging another 6 here. There's the last arrow of the second end.
Mr. Brink finishing with a 6. Perfect score on that.
He has. Dubois.
Francois Dubois of France with a 6.
Well, Dubois, though, he looks like he's made for the big stage. Didn't look rattled at all, so he comes back with a 6 as well, and these two are heading up.
Brink of
Well,
Slovenia
it feels, sometimes it even feels and looks a bit unfair, you know. Like Brink had such a tight group, like we didn't even see his last arrow on the target because it was hidden behind the first 2 shots. That's like excellent grouping, but despite this big difference in performance, if we may say so, he's got only 1 point ahead of his opponent in the second end. So Dubois still holds a 2-point lead, but Brink can really just focus on the fact that he is definitely in this match now, and we're only halfway through, so anything can happen. So I'm really enjoying this one.
Absolutely, and the other thing Brink does have an advantage of is he has more international experience than his opponent, but Dubois looks like he is very comfortable with what's at stake here, and he's dealing with it and coping quite nicely. I'm liking his composure.
Yes. Dubois is like breathing heavily, but if this is gonna make him feel calmer, you know, just focus on your breath, next arrow, and he seems to be doing this brilliantly. And start of the third end, let's see how Brink, if he can keep on replying to Francois' buffer. Let's see how it goes.
So here we go with target 3, 25-meter distance, 40-centimeter diameter on the target face.
There's a 6 for Mr. Brink.
Well, that is 4 6s in a row for Brink, and he catches up another point. He is chipping away very slowly, but if he continues to score these 6s, Brink will be right back in after a slow start.
Mr. Brink with another 6. Francois Dubois, 6 points, maintaining a 1-point lead.
A bit of tension there for Brinky, just again, just trying to get that body absolutely in sync.
And a 5 for Francois Dubois.
So Dubois with a 6 and 2 5s. It's a chance for Brink here to lock it up.
Perfect score and a tie,
which he's done.
Now from
look at that from Brink.
Slovenia.
Fantastic. That's 6 6s in a row in the match.
60-centimeter uphill shot.
Fantastic. The match has turned, and as an archer, like it feels great. A shot like Brink's last arrow, like the moment you release, you know it's going to be in the center of the target, and it just feels great. He's in a really good place going into the fourth end. I think Dubois is going to need a little miracle to overcome this, even though, or no, do we have a tied match? Is that correct?
We have a tied score, yes we do, yes. So Dubois with 2 5s and a 6 in that last round, so, but I think what you're saying here, Bernardo, is the momentum is with the Slovenian right now, and he must be feeling very confident.
He was #1.
Definitely. I may have used a strong expression, pardon me for that. But yeah, definitely. The momentum is totally on Brink's side. He looks really comfortable. I think he's even shooting a little bit faster. And for most archers, this is a sign that you are in a comfortable place, you know, like you're not over-aiming, overthinking, trying to be perfect, you know. Everything is just flowing really well. And wow, another amazing match. Only 3 arrows separating these two great archers. I'm really enjoying this one.
In the qualification round.
Yes, indeed. It couldn't be better set up, could it? 49 points each heading into the last end.
In the pool matches.
In this under-21 compounds men's bronze medal match here at the World Archery Field Championships 2022 at Yankton. Hope you're enjoying the coverage in this session. Target 4, 35 meters, 60 centimeter diameter, and the sun is starting to have an impact on the archers. Another 6, it looks like, for Brink.
And it's a 4 for Mr.
And another
Dubois,
5 for Dubois. So
Brink
looks like he might have just nudged in front for the first time in the match.
Mr. Brink with another 6.
Wow, Brink just can't miss that inner ring at the moment. Incredible comeback here from him. That looks like 8 6s in a row. Incredible performance from him. And it looks like he might only need a 5 to wrap up the title. See what Dubois can do here.
And Matthias Brink has clinched
what
the
about that
medal.
from Brink? Incredible archery. Absolutely
Victory for the archer
clutch.
from Slovenia, Matthias Brink.
A magnificent performance from
of France,
Matthias Brink of Slovenia.
World Championship
Looks
event.
like he has finished with 9 6s
Our gold
in a
medal match
row.
is coming up next.
That is extraordinary.
That was fantastic shooting. Wow, that was really, really amazing. You know, it is also another skill when you're able to, despite a poor start, you know, just forget it all, find your shot again, and who can say he didn't? Because, wow, perfect. From the second hand onwards, all 6s. That was amazing shooting. And yeah, Dubois, like, he shot a great match as well, but so bad that he happened to face Brink, who was on top form from the second hand onwards. Well-deserved bronze medal for him.
Absolutely incredible from Brink, and really showed us why he won the World Youth Championship gold medal last year too in target archery. So well done to Ales Matija Brink of Slovenia. The 18-year-old wins bronze, and looks like the confirmed score 67 to 64 over Dubois of France. We're going to come back with our next match in just a moment, which is the gold medal match in the under-21 compound men's category. Stay with us.
And now, please welcome the judge and coaches for our gold medal final for the compound under-21 men. Shooting for the gold medal, representing Slovenia, please welcome Tim Jevsnik. Shooting for the gold medal, representing Canada, please welcome Dustin Watson.
So out come the two archers for the gold medal match in the compound under-21 men's competition. Tim Jevsnik of Slovenia, who topped qualification with a score of 802, 87 6s in his qualification, which is pretty decent. And Dustin Watson, who finished in 6th place, but has come through the elimination rounds, won his semi-final over the bronze medalist Brink by 67 to 65. Jevsnik beat Francois Dubois of France 69-65. Jevsnik currently ranked 46th in the world in senior compound competition, has been as high as 27 already, despite being only 18 years old. And Watson has one World Archery Youth Championships cap to his name, And here he is,
Each archer opens
competing
with 5
for a
points.
gold medal in the under-21 category. So 2 brilliant performances to date by these 2 archers. Let's see what happens in this match as we start on target number 1, 15 meters down below them on the smallest of the target faces, which is just 20 centimeters in diameter.
6s on the second shot from each shooter. Tied score 11
And so far these 2 are matching each other with a 5 and a 6 with their first 2 arrows. Wow, Watson looks like he's brought his A game today. 2 arrows dead center. Yevsnik. See what he can do with his last arrow on end number 1.
Tied all around right now. Tim and Dustin with 17 points each.
Nice to see Dustin Watson, you know, kind of with a fist bump. Clearly happy for Tim Jevsnik with his last shot. I think he had a little problem with the arrow falling off the rest, and then he, you know, just midway through the shot, just put it back on. Me personally, I wouldn't like to do that. I think he had time to abort the shot, but it doesn't matter because he shot a 6 and even was complimented by his opponent. Really nice to see this, you know, this camaraderie in archery, and seems we've got a tie with 3 ends to go. All to play for in the gold medal match.
Once again, under simultaneous time and control.
Absolutely.
We'll be shooting at this next target. Each archer putting 3 arrows
already has some
to move on to the next
good experience behind him. Winning the teams event
is
in 2019 at the European Field Championships and silver at last year's individual title in the European Field Championships as well. So he enjoys target archery and field archery as much as each other, it seems. Just loves to shoot arrows.
6 points on the right-hand side for Dustin Watson. And a 5
Watson's going well, though. That's 3 6s in a row for him now. So it looks like the Canadian's got a 1-point lead after the first arrow of this second end.
Six points for the archer from Canada. 5 points for the archer from Slovenia.
Well, a couple of arrows just drifting ever so slightly left there for the Slovenian, and Watson's taking advantage, Bernardo.
Yeah, that was a beautiful second shot by him. Let's see whether Tim can find the center of the target in his third arrow. And
5
now
points
just
for
wait.
Mr. Watson.
Oh, and we have a 4 by Dustin.
6 points for Mr. Jevsnik. We're back to a 1-point separation. This is in favor of Dustin Watson.
Well. So we were tied after the first end, and that loose arrow from, loose arrow, 4 from Watson
Sean McKenty is the coach of
has
Dustin Watson.
seen his
World
little advantage
Championship
just
events,
vanish into thin
individual
air.
And on the Canadian team.
Yeah, he was on his way to building a very nice lead halfway through this match, but then that 4, definitely he's not going to be happy about it. And yeah, it's never nice when you finish with this, you know, sour feeling. But well, I know I've said this many times here, but you just gotta forget it. Just forget it, because the only arrow that matters is the next one. And yeah, let's see how he'll cope with that mistake. I think we've got confirmation that the match is tied,
right now,
and Dustin cannot be thinking too much about the fact that he could have a very nice lead, but is still tied, which is not a bad
Next
place
target is
to
a
be
40
in.
centimeter face at 25 meters.
Yep, that's right. There's nothing you can do about the last arrow.
Halfway mark of this gold medal.
Just got to forget about it and move on. And get set, adjust your equipment, get your bow sorted, because everything changes again as they move down to ground level. And now have to make adjustments to shoot at a target which is half the distance away from the one we've just seen, and the target face is half the size of the one we've just seen. So it's a big adjustment for both, or for this beauty of field archery. You need that field craft all nailed down as we get the third end underway.
Dustin dead center took out the spider.
Great first arrow there from Watson. He's adjusted beautifully, and so has Yevznik.
Dustin with a 5. Tim Liner, 6'5" liner. Dustin.
Wow, that one,
That is,
I reckon it looked like it's touched the line too from Watson. I need some clarification. Yevznik looking for a perfect end here,
6,
and he's got it.
If
Perfect time to hit your straps. There's 4 6s in a row for the Slovenian now.
We'll find out momentarily.
Yeah, that last shot by the Slovenian, we could clearly see it did not come off very well. You know, compensated in the end, but it doesn't matter because it's there. A beautiful shot right in the middle. Maybe right at the end of the shot, he just felt like he wasn't really where he needed to be and could compensate. Very good for him. And Dustin Watson just got my attention. The fact that the 5, he shot the clear 5 because we're waiting for confirmation of that arrow. We see the judge, you know, taking a close look. But the 2 mistakes he made, I mean, the 5 now on the third end and the 4 on the last end, they were both to the left. So maybe that is like his weak spot in his shot. And he'll definitely want to, you know, focus on that for the 4th and defining end of this match.
51 points on the board for Tim Jevznik of Slovenia, 50 points on the board for Dustin Watson of Canada.
So, looks like that second arrow of Canadians, that last one rather, was a 6, so we are locked into this scoreline. Yevznik 51,
just letting you know he's taking
Watson
credit for it.
50. So just a 1-point difference.
60 centimeter face
but in
in
compound archery,
1
point can be massive. But there's the challenge with 1 target face to come. 1 in the trees. It is 35 meters away, 60 centimeter diameter on the target face. So the Slovenian has a 1-point advantage heading into this last end. 3 arrows to come per archer. Gold medal on the line in the under-21 compound men's category.
And a pair of 4s to start out. Each of them slightly low.
Oh, you see that wind in the background too, Bernardo, just lifting a little bit.
Right side of the target and Dustin on the left.
Yeah, the wind has picked up. Well said. I was going to say this earlier. We can see the banners and the flags moving like we did see yesterday. And, you know, shooting uphill with the sun on your face. We can see the coaches holding the scorecards to, you know, help the archers in any way they can. And it's looking exciting for the last and decisive arrow.
Is it what, 60 apiece? Here we go, 1 arrow each. It comes down to a 1 arrow shoot-off effectively here between these 2 for a gold medal.
6 and 6, we have a shoot-off.
Oh, they've both put it in the 6 zone. It looks like we're heading to a shoot-off.
Shoot-off will take place on the neutral target, which is a 60 centimeter face.
Brilliant
40
to respond to that. And it looks like we are going to get our first shoot-off.
We'll be setting up for the shoot-off, and obviously we'll first be
brilliant effort from both archers there, Bernardo.
But I can tell you right now,
thrilling match. Even though I think Dustin Watson has been, you know, drifting more over the target, he is shooting 6s when it matters the most. He's been decisive in some key moments of this match. And wow, we've got ourselves the first shoot-off of the day. Very exciting. And whoever wins it, it's going to be a much-deserved gold medal and world title in the World Archery Field Championships here in Yankton, South Dakota.
So there is the shoot-off target, and it's just 1 arrow. It's just like target archery, closest to the center wins. I love love the fact too they're going to a new target as well to make things even just more dramatic. So 66 each. Both archers. Watson scoring 16 on that last end. Yevznik 15. So that distance is. Shoot off is. Just going to go through my notes here.
Scores are confirmed. Shoot off will
Base
take
is
place
60
under
centimeters
DOS
in diameter, and the shoot off distance is 40 meters away.
Gentlemen, remember, in a shoot off, you're shooting one arrow, and you will have 40 seconds on the clock. You'll be shooting simultaneously. Single arrow shoot off.
So it's all down to this for a gold medal in the under-21 men's compound category here at the World Field Archery Championships. Closest to the center wins. Dustin Watson from Canada, Tim Yevznik from Slovenia.
Winner is on target.
And
number
it looks
2,
like
and
it's
he
gone to
shot
the
a 5,
Canadian.
but closer to center is
Looks like the Canadian's got
archer
it, and
from
he
Canada,
has.
Dustin Watson.
Brilliant performance from
Taking it right
Dustin
to the very
Watson
last
of
arrow.
Canada, and fantastic
great
scenes with him
performance from
and his
both
coach.
of these shooters.
He
Both
is
to
a
be
world
congratulated.
champion.
Tim Yevznik of Slovenia, silver medalist, world champion
Dustin
under 21.
cannot believe himself.
Dustin
That was a beautiful
Watson,
shot
Canada.
executed by him. We could see that Tim Yevznik, he moved
I think it was
his
worth the
body,
trip, Sean, huh?
arm drifted after the shot, so clearly not a sign of a very solid and relaxed
Okay,
shot.
so we have a new champion, eh?
achievement, and yeah, we could see the result. His 5 was further from Dustin.
Good day, eh?
And yeah, gold medal for Canada. That was great shooting, great shooting, and wow, yeah, really enjoyed it.
Brilliant match from Dustin Watson. He is the world champion in the under-21 compound category. Wow, what a match over Tim Yevznik. Always feel for the losing archer in a shoot-off, but it is Canada's day. It is Dustin Watson's day. And he wins this title. Let's hear from him.
Dustin, huge congratulations. You are the world champion. It must feel amazing.
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much. It's pretty cool.
It was a really intense match. Going into the shoot-off, what did you feel?
Well, really, you can't get much closer than that. Coming down to a shoot-off is about as close as you can get. I was pretty nervous. I felt pretty strong going targets 1 to 3, and then that big uphill shot. That was kind of a neat shot. So I was a little nervous going into that. Shot some strong shots and made it to the shoot-off and pulled it off.
The margin of making an error or having worse arrow was really little because it was so intense.
Yeah, you can't get much closer than that. We were pretty close, so it was really cool.
Does it make your win even more ecstatic? You're even more happy?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like you can't ask for much more competition than that. That's the best right there. So it was really cool.
Thank you very much, and once again, huge congratulations, the new world champion.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ah, the winners are grinners, as they say. Fantastic scenes and words there from Dustin Watson. How can you not just smile when you hear the winner talk like that? It is wonderful. So well done to Dustin Watson. Well done to Tim Yevznik for winning the silver, and his compatriot alias Mattia Brink, who won the bronze. We're going to come back with the victory ceremony for the men's under-21 compound in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, victory ceremony for the compound under 21 men. Medals will be presented by World Archery First Vice President Mario Scarcella. Gifts will be presented by Southeast South Dakota Tourism Director Casey Haberman. Bronze medal representing Slovenia, Mateja Brank.
Well, wonderful effort from Brink to beat Dubois of France 67-64, and he was incredible with 9 sixes in a row to really come home strong and show us his exciting potential, the 18-year-old.
Silver medal
Third place
representing
here
Slovenia,
at these championships.
Tim Jesnik.
Another Slovenian on the podium in silver medal position, Tim Jesnik, 18-year-old. And well, he's came so close to being a world champion, beaten in that shoot-off by our winner. Jesnik getting silver.
Gold medal representing Canada, Dustin Watson.
It's Canada's day. Sometimes it is your day, and it was Dustin Watson's day today. He came home clutch as well with 2 sixes in the last end to take the match to a shoot-off, and then he was about 1.5 centimetres closer to the centre than his opponent. So a great day for Canadian archery with Dustin Watson winning the under-21 compound men's title.
National Anthem of Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our athletes.
Well, great win there for Dustin Watson of Canada. Well done to the 2 Slovenians too, Tim Jesnik and alias Mateja Brank, who finished second and third in the under-21 men's compound category. Got to give a shout out too to the women's under-21 compound winner as well, who won in an earlier session. Lily Aguilar of the United States won that over Andrea Albu of Romania. So great to see our 3 gold medalists so far coming from different countries so far today, with the national anthems for Italy, Spain, and now Canada being played here at today's championships. We're going to come back, and the Bebo, I promise, is coming up next, and we're going to start off with the women's bronze and gold before moving on to the men's competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the judge and coaches for our next match. This is the bronze medal final for the Barebow women. Representing the United States of America, shooting for the bronze medal, this is Fawn Girard. Representing Japan, please welcome Masaki Megumi. Our World Archery judge for this women's bronze medal Barebow match
women's
will be Niels
Barebow
Buitenhuis.
action. We're at the bronze medal match.
Underway with the
featuring
first
Fawn
target,
Girard
which is
of
going
the
to be
United
shot at the
States
same distance
and
as all
Masaki
the other
Megumi of
categories,
Japan.
15 meters. It's a 20-centimeter
Girard, a
punt.
43-year-old, already competing in the women's team where the Americans finished 7th, and in the mixed teams Barebow competition where they lost the bronze medal match to France by just a single point. And
American archer Fawn
Masaki,
Girard,
the 32-year-old,
was second in the Barebow
she was in the women's team. They lost their quarterfinal in a shoot-off to France, and they finished 6th. She finished 6th in the mixed teams competition.
This is Ms. Masaki's
Masaki losing to France's
at a World
Christine
Championship.
Gauthier by just a single point in the semi, and Girard losing to the Italian Cynthia Noziglia also by a single point in their semi-final. So very close. These two perhaps just a touch unlucky not to make it through to the final.
4 points to start for Fawn Girard of the United States of America.
There are
It is a
slightly
3 for Ms.
some slight
Masaki
difference
of Japan.
changes during the Barebow competition to some of the targets, but target 1 is unchanged. So they're still shooting at a 15-meter target, or target 15 meters away, with a 20-centimeter wide target face. Bernardo, have you ever shot with a Barebow?
I've fancied shooting some Barebow, and it's very fun. They're very, very fun. I was especially looking forward to these Barebow matches because it's so dynamic, it's so cool, and yeah, beautiful to watch.
Well, we're going to get some great action because the Barebow competition has been very tense and tight so far.
4 points for Fawn Girard of the USA. Masaki
Girard
Megumi
looks
of
like she's
Japan
going to lock in a
3.
score of 11, and that one looks
1
like
point
it's
lead for
going
Fawn
to be a
Girard of the
3
United States of America.
from
Masaki Megumi of
Masaki.
Japan, 10 points. Fawn Girard,
So
USA,
let's see where we are
leading by
at.
1 point. Headed to the second target now. This will be an 80-centimeter face. Barebow
the
will shoot
scores.
this from 50 meters.
It's like a point difference at the moment.
Tight match to begin with. It's really cool. We're getting to see the 3 different kinds of bows, the 3 different categories. We started with the recurve and then compound, and now we have a totally different ball game, which is the Barebow. It's basically the recurve, but with way less accessories. And then if you can pay attention to the fact that the archers, they're like so careful when placing their fingers on the string, because that is part of their aiming process. So because they have no sight, they use the arrow to aim, and then where you put your hand on the string has a huge impact on how precise you're actually going to be aiming with the arrow. So yeah, it's a like totally different skill, particularly to the Barebow, and it's fun to watch.
We now show a tied score.
So
Fawn
slight adjustments.
Girard and Masaki Megumi of Japan
score
are tied.
After the first end between Masaki of Japan and Girard of the US for the bronze medal in the women's Barebow.
Number 2, which is an 80-centimeter face at 50 meters for the Barebows. Fawn Gerard with a 3, Masaki Megumi with a 4. Masaki Megumi with a 4. Fawn Gerard has shot a 1.
Oh, Gerard a bit wayward there with her radar. That could have a big impact on the outcome of this match right there. That second arrow, second end, which is for the Bebo archers 45 metres away, so 5 metres closer than they were for the compound and the recurve archers.
Masaki Megumi, 5 points.
Wow. Masaki puts one in the gold zone, and there's a miss there.
Miss out the top.
Wow. First miss of the day, and Gerard is just not
9 points
getting
at
it
the halfway mark.
At the moment. Well, that's disappointing for her.
As we make our way down to the targets, let's hear it for
Bernardo,
both of these ladies and
gone
gentlemen. Fawn Gerard, USA.
Gerard.
Masaki Megumi, Japan.
Yeah, that's a surprising big mistake from Gerard. Noziglia, on the other hand, her shot looks very fluid, very relaxed. She's in a really good place, even more so now that her opponent has shot a miss. But once again, Barebow is very dynamic. I wouldn't be surprised if Fawn Gerard can, slowly claw back and reduce the deficit.
The first time that
but yeah, definitely Noziglia finds herself in a very good place, both in just how her shot is flowing and also in the score.
Was ranked number 5. Fawn defeated an archer from Spain.
Wow.
And another archer from Spain.
A big deficit here for Gerard, or a big advantage for Masaki.
By Cynthia Noziglia,
23
legendary
to 14
from
Italy.
Italy.
They're at Masaki, only finished in 7th and qualified. Come through nicely in the elimination rounds.
As well as
to reach
the
last 4. Only as a touchdown in, being beaten in a semi by a single point.
From Australia.
So here is the third target now, which is 20 metres away.
Defeated by an archer from France, Christine Gauta.
And
we'll see in the gold medal final later today.
The target size is 40 centimetres in diameter.
Barebow, relatively new discipline in Japan. It has only in the last couple of years been supported by the All Japan Archery Federation. So it's impressive that a Barebow shooter
Masaki, big advantage for her heading into this third end of this bronze medal match. 9 points up on her American opponent.
One point on the right-hand side. That's from Miss Megumi. Fawn, has shot a 3. Fawn Gerard.
Well, there's plenty to watch in Bebo, isn't there? And touched on Masaki, even though she's got this big advantage at the moment.
Miss Masaki with a 5.
Fall away.
And a 5 from Fawn Gerard.
Great stuff from Gerard. 2 5s with the second arrows from both. So lovely adjustment there by Masaki. Bernardo, that's a really good comeback from her.
Yeah, and we saw her shoot a 1, so Gerard should definitely take comfort in the fact that everything can still be open, and she's just shot a 3. So Gerard has got a great chance here, and she shoots it. Wow, that's great shooting, great shooting. I know the deficit is big, but she's done a great job reducing that right now.
She has. It looks like that last arrow was a 4, but we're just going to have to wait clarification to see whether that has just grabbed the 5 line.
1 target to go, and it's the toughest target on the field.
And so looks like Masaki has scored a total of 9
5
points to go to
separation
32.
from Fawn Gerard of the United States of America and Masaki Megumi of Japan.
There's a big margin between the two, and if Gerard can score a 5 with that arrow,
Fawn Gerard, the reigning silver medalist of the World Championships of 2018.
12,
the last time a World Championship was held, that was in Cortina,
gained
Italy.
4 points in that end.
So a little over 4
margin
years
behind
ago
with one end to
last
go.
World Championships. Scores are confirmed. Hold on a second. We've just seen a change. We're just checking one thing. Okay, scores have been updated. It's a 6-point separation in favor of Masaki Megumi.
So it looks like that last arrow
We're going to check that one more time.
didn't touch the 5 line from Gerard. So 32 plays 26.
32 points are on the
2
board
though.
for Masaki
Last
Megumi of Japan. Fawn Gerard of the United States with 26 points. Final
So
end coming up.
6-point gain for
Target
Masaki.
four
It was
is a
9 at
60
the previous
centimeter
end.
face.
So
It's going to be shot from 30
Masaki,
meters
3 solid
to the barrel.
arrows from her here will get it done.
However, it's a big uphill shot.
But they've got the last target
certain
high in the
amount of
trees
cut will
to
be
contend
required.
with as they move forward. That extra 5 meters, so 30 meters away is the target high in the trees. Very sharp incline here for our 2 Bebo archers in this women's bronze medal match. Masaki of Japan leading 32-26.
2 points, a little low. Fawn with a 3. And we're looking at now a 5-point separation.
It's
in
a
favor of
5-point
Miss
game.
Megumi.
Game rather,
Masaki
with 2
of
arrows left. Masaki responded beautifully in the last end after a wayward first arrow. Let's see if she does the same here again.
Japan. 3 points for Miss Masaki.
Gerard really needs a gold score here.
Ms. Gerard with a, what could be a liner 4.
Possibly a 4. Have to star the 3 there for her.
Final arrows.
So Masaki to take the match away from Gerard. A 4 or higher will absolutely seal it. 3 as well.
And
Provisionally.
4 to clinch.
And she has the 4. So regardless of this last arrow.
And that completes regulation competition. With
Also
Fawn Gerard
out to the
shooting a
left.
3 to finish.
So
Final
Gerard,
score, 41 points and
unfortunately, just
victory
couldn't get it
for
going in that match. So it
Masaki
looks like
Megumi of Japan.
Masaki Megumi from Japan
Congratulations to
will
Fawn
claim
Gerard
3rd
of the United
place in the
States of
women's
America, making it
Barebow.
into the finals
Great
here
effort.
at Yankton.
Not easy conditions, not easy shooting with the Bebo in field archery, but Masaki was up to the task today.
Yeah, it's very challenging. Unfortunately for Fawn Gerard, that miss was
Fawn
too
Gerard,
costly.
finalist here
It
in
ended up,
Yankton,
yeah,
our
you just
bronze
can't
medal
make such
winner
a mistake when you're
representing
shooting for a
Japan,
medal.
Masaki Megumi.
But regardless, she managed to come back really well. It's just that the difference was
Next
too
up
big
will be our
to,
gold medal final for the
to reduce.
championship
But
of the world in the Barebow
yeah,
women's
great
category.
shooting from Masaki.
Italy
I really
versus
liked
France
how
coming
she
up
looked
next.
very comfortable all throughout the match, and Barebow is like very challenging because we saw with the compound and the recurve they have their sights, and there are like very well defined marks in there. So I don't know, you just write that for a given distance your reference is, let's say, 29.3, and you can be very precise in setting your sight at that reference. While in the Barebow, you're just moving your hand on the string, and that is way less precise. So the margins are bigger, and yeah, that's why I thought that Masaki, she, still had to keep her head down and shoot strong in the 4th end because everything could happen. But luckily for Japan, they get a bronze medal.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. So Masaki
Now
confirmed
please
score
welcome the judge and
41-36.
coaches for our next match,
Here
the
we go
Barebow
with
Women's
the
Gold Medal World
Gold
Championship
medal
final.
match now in women's Barebow for 2022.
Now please welcome the competitors. This is Cynthia Noziglia of Italy. And shooting for the championship of the world, representing France, please welcome Christine Galta.
Yes, Christine Galta of France, 57 years of age. Cynthia Noziglia from Italy, 37. And Noziglia, one of the great Bebo archers of recent times. She's a two-time World Games gold medalist. She also won her first gold medal in the Field Archery World Championships yesterday in the women's team. Also has 3 silvers and a bronze to her repertoire as well. So Noziglia, as good as ever, topping the standings in qualification, coming through as the #1 seed to this final. And Christine Gauthier, 4th in the women's teams for France, and bronze in the mixed teams Bebo competition. And she is a medalist, 4-time medalist, in fact, at European Field Championships. So let's see what happens here as we start the women's Bebo gold medal match. Noziglia and Gauthier.
3 points for Miss Galta of France and 4 points for Miss Noziglia of Italy. 1 point lead for Miss Noziglia.
Oh, Noziglia broke her duck finally yesterday, Bernardo, in team's event to win her first gold at the World Archery Field Championships after several silver and bronze medals. And now all of a sudden she's going for back-to-back golds today.
Not bad. Definitely gives you confidence, you know, having been through the final venue and all that pressure the day before. It definitely makes you feel more confident for the next day when, you know, on one hand, on the team competition, it's very nice and comfortable to be with your teammates, kind of sharing the pressure, while on the individual final, you're all on your own. And yeah, great start by both of them. Almost done with the first end. Oh, a little movement creeping from Gotha, but still for a good point. 4 points, very good for her. But what a shot from Noziglia! Wow.
Cynthia Noziglia of Italy with a 6 on that last shot.
She put in a 6 with her last arrow, and again showed us she is a classy Bebo shooter.
11 points on the board.
There is no question about it.
Down to the second target position.
And that got to give her confidence, Bernardo, heading into the second end.
Meter shot.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's even sweeter when it's the last arrow of the end. Oh, interesting to see Christine from France drying her hand. This is something that can happen to many archers, and you definitely don't want to have your bow hand slipping on the bow grip. And it's very good that she's got a towel on her quiver exactly for these situations. And deep breath from Cynthia, just trying to focus one arrow at a time. She's got a very nice lead and a little buffer, but still a long way to go in this match.
Yes, we're only quarter of the way through this gold medal match. Noziglia, this is big for her. Silver in 2014 in the individual event. Bronze in 2018 as well. So she's been on the podium the last 2. Can she get to the top? She's got a 2-point lead. And here go
2
the
archers for the archer from France.
Going at the 45-meter target.
5 points for the archer from Italy.
It's like Gauthier has just scored a 2. She was a little concerned, wasn't she? Got the binoculars out pretty fast there, Bernardo.
Yeah. Right away, you feel whether it was a good shot or not, and she just wanted to make sure where that one went to adjust for the second one. Let's see where it goes. Noziglia, very good, but still Christine a little bit low. She will definitely want to put her hand a little bit higher on the string so that she can hit the center of the target on her last arrow.
Cynthia Noziglia is starting to really look very good here with a 6 backed up by 2 5s here at the long distance. How much of it is feel at this distance, or any distance in Barebow? Bernardo, you just got to get that feeling right.
Giving her a total of 19.
Oh, it's 100%. And especially because archery is a sport of such fine margins. And then when you're nervous at like big stage, shooting for a medal, let alone a gold medal, your nerves might interfere a lot, and your whole body perception changes like drastically sometimes. And learning how to cope with this sometimes is what makes the difference between winning and losing. It's all about the feel for sure.
Who just won the bronze medal from Japan.
Well, Noziglia's got the feeling going at the moment, hasn't she? She has got a good margin in front now after 2 ends. 8 points clear. Looks like she's outscored Gote 14-8 in that end. And they come down to ground level. Noziglia 27.
Both of these archers 19. Have an extensive and illustrious set of accomplishments. Cynthia Noziglia is the gold medalist of the European Field Archery Championship.
Compatriots in the crowd, but she's still got work to do, even though she's in the box seat.
Second at the European.
It's not over till it's over.
Absolutely, but we saw her cracking a smile. She looks relaxed and comfortable. I think she finds herself in a very good place. And I think she's just enjoying it. And there is nothing better in a match than, you know, to be able to enjoy, and then you relax, you shoot better, and one thing leads to another. So yeah, Noziglia looking very good for the third end.
Christine from France was
which is
silver medalist
beginning now. And that target 20 meters away
of 2019
on a 40 centimeter diameter target face.
One win.
So Noziglia,
team win.
Here it is there. Good
World Archery 3D Championship
illustration of the challenge facing the archers on this end.
6 points for Miss Noziglia.
Second 6 of the match, and she is going great.
And a 5 for Miss Gote of France.
Gote going okay too, but she's going to need basically everything yellow from here.
The archer from Italy. 8-point lead. Six points for Miss Noziglia.
Great shooting. One arrow right beside the other. That's all. That's what all archers want.
3 points for Miss Gote.
Well, Noziglia, let's see if she can complete a perfect end here. We haven't seen it in Barebow archery the last day and a half.
And
just a little left. That's unlucky, but still a fantastic end for Noziglia, who is going remarkably well here. Here's Gote with her last arrow, and it's another 3.
Left and right.
So
for the archer from
Noziglia
France, as you can see, she's got a couple
has
of
really leapt clear now.
Brilliant
after another brilliant end there. 17 out of a possible 18, and Gauthier is back.
We're looking
on
at 44 points
scoring
on the board
11 in that end. So it's a 12. 13-point lead heading into the last end. Bernardo, that's massive.
That's mega. Noziglia is on top form. We were talking about the feeling just a moment ago, and Christine Gote's first shot looked really nice. I'm sure she had a good feeling about that shot, and I'm sure she wanted to repeat it, but unfortunately she couldn't, because the next 2 shots, they didn't look nearly as smooth as the first one. And wow, I guess now I can say that, yeah, Christine Gote will need a miracle to win this gold medal match.
Here comes target number 4.
Absolutely. Well, Noziglia was at her best too in the semi-final. She needed to be at her best, beating Forgerat by just a single point. 55-54, very high scoring match, that one, considering it's a Barebow competition. So Noziglia had to really dig deep to make this match here.
trees
There's that incline. It's ridiculous as they shoot up into the trees there. It is outrageous for the Bebo shooters, and their angle is even more acute as they come forward 5 meters from where the recurve and compound archers shoot. And let's see if Noziglia can really finish strong here to complete a wonderful final for her. She leads by 13 points over Christine Gauthier of France.
Five points for
a
Ms.
lovely
Gauthier,
first arrow there from
and a 4 for Ms. Noziglia.
Gauthier. It's a 5, but Noziglia just needs 2 more on the target. She's still 12 points clear. In fact, a 1 point here from Noziglia will win the gold medal. And she can miss with her last arrow and still claim the title. So this one to seal it for the Italian.
Four points for
well,
Ms.
it's been
Noziglia,
sealed anyway because
and 4
Gauthier needed 2
points for
6s
Ms.
with her last
Gauthier.
2 arrows. So there is the win for Cynthia Noziglia. What a wonderful World Championship she's had. She's just won her 2nd gold, and she also has a silver in the mixed team. So 2 golds and a silver for Cynthia Noziglia of Italy. And now let's see if she can finish
6 points to
with a
clinch
maximum
the gold medal.
She has 58 points, and that's her 4th, 6th
Your
of
world
the
champion, Cynthia
competition.
Noziglia
Cynthia
of Italy.
Noziglia, absolutely
Silver
brilliant
medal,
performance to
Christine
win gold.
Gauthier,
The
France.
2nd of these championships. Great performance from Christine Gauthier, the 57-year-old, to make the final. But it's all about Noziglia. Brilliant.
What a beautiful
Barebow
moment.
women's
Both the
recurve-
archers embracing each other,
Barebow
exchanging
women's
some
victory
nice
ceremony.
words.
We'll
Yeah,
take place shortly.
Noziglia on top
Well, I mean,
form.
after all, they are sort
Wow,
of
that was amazing shooting. Christine Gauthier managed to react at the end. She had a very nice group, but it was too late to have any hope at winning this gold medal. And Cynthia Noziglia will definitely fly back home to Italy with very fond memories of Yankton, South Dakota, USA.
Final score 58-44. So a big winning margin, decisive for Noziglia in this women's Barebow competition.
You're a gold medalist. It seems that you competed in your own league here.
Yes. It's amazing. I don't understand what's happened today. Nothing to say. I don't know. Everything beautiful.
How did you do that? You shot like clearly. You had all the time advantage. It was like flow.
Yes, probably I was in a flow. I don't know how many points I shoot, but I think I shoot very good. I maintain my mind on my shooting form, and I don't think that it was a gold medal final, and so everything's run well, and it's beautiful.
So yeah, it's a gold medal you won here. You are coming home with gold medal, another gold medal after the World Games. Fantastic month for you.
Yes, it's my first medal, gold medal in field. The medal of the team was the first, this is the second, and I'm very proud of this, yes, because I win in 3D, I win World Game, but in field World Championship it's the first time. I did bronze, I did silver, but this is the first gold, and it's unbelievable.
Thank you very much, and once again, congratulations on winning the world title.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow, wonderful effort from Cynthia Noziglia Some lovely scenes there and words from her. And what a championships it's been for the Italian. We're going to come back with the victory ceremony for the women's Barebow very shortly. So stand by for that, and then we'll be moving into the men's bronze and gold medal matches.
And then, right after the Barebow finale for 2022, it's going to be the bronze medal Barebow men's final, followed by the shootout for the championship of the world, right here. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Barebow women. Medals will be presented by World Archery Secretary General Tom Dillon. Gifts will be presented by the president of Mount Marty University, Dr. Marcus Long. Bronze medal, representing Japan, Masaki Megumi.
Masaki Megumi getting the bronze medal, beating Fawn Gerard of the United States, who unfortunately wasn't at her best in that bronze medal match. Masaki, though, held tough. Great to see Japan on the podium, the 32-year-old. She competed in the women's teams and mixed teams competition. Couldn't medal in either, but here she is on the podium winning bronze in 2022 in the individual.
Silver medal representing France, Christine Gotha.
Well, this is her second medal of these championships, winning bronze in the mixed teams competition, now silver in the individual. Great to see the veteran getting onto the podium. It really does prove that archery is a sport for all ages. Well done to Christine Gauthier of France.
Gold medal representing Italy, Cynthia Noziglia.
It really is all about Cynthia Noziglia. 58 is a magnificent score. And there she is on top of the podium for the second time in these games, throwing a silver medal in the mixed teams Barebow competition as well. It's been quite a championship for Cynthia Noziglia, the Italian, here at Yankton 2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Italy. Please give a warm round of applause to our athletes, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up shortly,
Cynthia Noziglia winning the women's barebow.
Barebow men's bronze
Christine
medal
Gauthier
final.
the silver, and the Japanese
Sweden
archer
is going to win. The
Masaki
question
Megumi
is,
the bronze.
Is it going to be mixed team
the women's barebow?
world
Well,
champion
well done to the three.
Martin Otterson or past world champion Erik Yankton? We'll
And
find out shortly.
stand by. We're going to move to men's barebow medal action in just a moment. Starting with the bronze
Very grateful
medal
to all of our
match.
sponsors of this
That will
event.
end the session with the
numerous
gold
opportunities
medal
and
match. So
activities here at the
stay
Easton
with us.
NFAA
Some exciting
Archery
archery
Center
still to come.
would not be possible without the generosity of the NFAA Foundation, the Easton Foundations, First Dakota Bank, City of Yankton, South Dakota, Yankton County, South Dakota, FNBO, Slowey Management Incorporated, Riverfront Broadcasting, LLC, Midco Communications, Lewis & Clark Home Builders Association, Shields Sporting Goods, Chesterman Company Coca-Cola, Counterfeit Catering, the Lewis & Clark Resort, River's Edge, Extreme Car Wash, Lancaster Archery Supply, True Ball Excel, Lewis & Clark Ford, Broadway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Marquardt Transportation, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, Stockman's Livestock, Northwestern Energy, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, the Lewis & Clark Recreation Area, Downtown Screen Printing, Gersner Oil Company, Avera, John Conkling Distributing, Baku, and Hydro. Please welcome the judge and coaches for our next match, the Barebow men's bronze medal final. Please welcome Martin Otterson, Sverige, Sweden. Please welcome Erik Yankton, Sverige, Sweden. Our World Archery International judge for this match is
Time
Liz
now
Perez.
for the men's
Once
barebow
again,
action,
all
and
of
we're going to
these
start it off
archers,
with the
both of
bronze
these
medal match
archers are
between
going to be
two
shooting.
Swedish
Their
archers,
first
Martin
target,
Otterson, the
quad,
44-year-old,
pardon me, a
and the
birdie.
great Erik Yankton,
So a vertical array.
46 years of age.
20-centimeter target,
Otterson
15-meter downhill
was
shot.
a member of the gold medal winning
Both
men's
of
team
these
yesterday,
archers are
and
among the
Yankton,
most accomplished
member of the
barebow archers
mixed team's
in the
Bebo
world.
gold medal winning team.
44-year-old
So we have
Martin
two gold
Otterson of
medalists
Sweden
going at each other here for a bronze medal in the individual.
Was the bronze medal
It should
winner
be a good match.
at the
Both of them have been in
2016
excellent form.
World Archery Field Championship.
Yankton just
Silver
beaten
medal winner of the
by
2014
Eric
World
Esposito
Archery
in
Field
the
Championship.
semi-finals. He shot brilliantly, 62 points,
Johnson,
some score for
two-time World
Esposito.
Field Champion.
And Otterson just beaten by 2
Pair of
points
fours
by
to start.
Davy Jackson of France, who's been in excellent form.
Historically, Eric has beaten
Well,
Martin.
Yankton, of course, one of the
100%
greats of all time, Bernardo, isn't he? He's a World Games gold medalist. He's won 4 individual World Indoor Archery titles, 3 World Archery Field Championship titles as well. He's the defending gold medalist. Unfortunately, he's not going to get it done here and win his 4th individual title in a row.
Yeah, so bad for him. He can still salvage this by winning the bronze medal, which wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, definitely Sweden is a powerhouse in barebow archery. And no surprise, we have 2 Swedes shooting for the bronze. But clearly not very happy with his last arrow over there. Let's see Martin, what he does. And
Okay,
got a
here
good
are
shot
the
in
scores.
four
We've
range.
got 3 fours
Yeah,
for 12 points for Martin Otterson of Sweden.
exciting
and Erik
match.
Yankton of Sweden has
Maybe we got
2,
spoiled
4,
with
and 4 for
Noziglia's
10 points.
performance, but I'm
2
sure
point lead
that
for
both
Martin.
of these great archers,
As we head
they
down
can
over to
like
the next shooting point.
shoot excellent
This is going to
next
be an
3
80-centimeter
ends.
target, 50-meter shot.
Well, Martin
With a
Otterson
barebow.
is a good archer too. He's medaled
Same as
many
everyone.
times. in international events. In fact, he lost to Yankton in the gold medal match in 2014 at the World Archery Field Championships. He finished bronze 2016 as well, so pretty good record behind him as well. And it looks like that he's going to enjoy a 2-point lead after the first
shot, 80 centimeters,
with 3 4s on his scorecard.
Cut, given the angle.
And Yankton bouncing back from that opening 2.
And, we do have an update to the scores.
Still plenty of action to come for both of these two archers as we move to the second end, where they shoot at the longer distance of 45 meters.
Martin Otterson and Eric Jansson's score.
Janssen will be definitely happy to have caught the line on his last shot, which turned out to be a 4. But yeah, with the track record that both of these archers have, it's a shame they're not shooting for gold, right? And so bad that one of them is going to be out of the podium, sadly. And let's take a next step into finding out who that is going to be.
Just reminding you too, the archers have 2 minutes to shoot their arrows, and they can shoot at any time, so they don't have to wait for their opponent. They are both basically shooting together there.
And a 3 for Martin.
So Otterson
4-point lead for
eases
Martin
out to
Sweden.
a 3-point lead.
And there's a 4 for Eric. Martin shoots and scores a 3. 3-point difference in favor of Martin.
So 19 plays 16. Yankton on the left of that shot there.
4 points for Eric. And
getting his radar off there. And Otterson was on. He got a 5.
Otterson of Sweden. Eric Janssen is the most recent
Martin Otterson finds himself more consistent beginning this match, and I'm surprised it took 6 arrows for somebody to hit the yellow for the first time. And Martin Otterson for sure will be happy he was the one to do so. And Eric Janssen was like all his 3 arrows in the second end to the left. He'll definitely want to correct that as soon as he can, because it's starting to look too good, too comfortable for Martin Otterson in this
World
match.
Championship action. He was men's team bronze medalist back in 2016 in Dublin,
Scores
Ireland.
ratified in a minute.
And then winner of
Looks like
Zagreb,
it's going to be Otterson on 23,
2016, and
Yankton
Cortina
on
in
19.
Making him one of the most decorated world champion barebow shooters in history. Martin Otterson was second in
Yankton has
Zagreb,
got amazing career
Dublin,
behind him.
third
He's
in
won
Russia in the World Games in Poland
9
in
gold
2017.
medals in international competition.
But he was the
In
2021
individual
European
competition
Field
too, Bernardo. It's amazing.
It is amazing, yeah.
And he
He's
has the lead
definitely
right
a
now.
strong shooter, and I would
headed
bear
over to
this in
target
mind if
3,
I
which
was
is a
Martin
40 centimeter
Otterson,
target
that,
at 20
yeah,
meters.
Eric, he's definitely has what it takes to turn this match around, and we're only halfway through, so yeah, no easy moments. You just can't let your guard down, and yeah, we still have half match ahead of us.
So Jansson's won 9 golds in individual competition. He won, of course, as I touched on earlier, the teams event yesterday, mixed teams event. So throw in that one too, and he's hit double digits, which is pretty amazing. Let's see what happens on target number 3 here, 20 meters away. No real significant incline or decline on
6
this.
points.
And now here comes Yankton with a beautiful arrow to start this end.
Beautiful shot.
Maybe
You can
more
see
than
that
just-
clearly put some pressure on. I'm sorry, Glenn. I think Eric put some pressure on Martin. Like, wow,
And a
2
5
beautiful
from
shots,
Eric.
and then Martin on his first
Shot
attempt,
from
he
Martin
aborted the
coming
shot,
up now.
feeling the pressure. Let's see how he copes with this.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, Bernardo. That's exactly what I was going to say. He not only scored heavy on the board, but he dealt a psychological blow as well. And Otterson, though, comes back and has hit the reset button quite nicely there.
And Eric finishes with a 5, so 6-5-5 for Eric Yankton. 35 points on the board, 4 for Martin Otterson on that shot just now, giving him 32.
Well, an important last arrow here for Otterson, with Yankton scoring very heavily in this end.
And a 4. Heading up to the final target.
Definitely
right now.
Yankton coming right back into the contest now.
I think Eric Yankton, maybe he's listening to our broadcast, because it feels like he heard me say that he's got what it takes to turn things around, and he's definitely doing that. And wow, Martin Otterson, he had a 4-point buffer going into the third end, and that has been reduced to a single point, and we're going to what I think is the most challenging target. And yeah, I'm sure that the organizers, they've made this on purpose to put this last target like the most challenging one for the fourth and deciding end, to make things even more exciting. And wow, yeah, we're being treated to a great match here.
Both are worthy competitors.
You're watching the bronze medal match in the men's Bebo
under their belts
in the World Archery Field Championships 2022.
Martin Otterson on his way to being a true legend.
This is nicely poised. See if Yankton can bring that wonderful scoring that we just seen on the third end to this last end, but it's completely different as they go high into the trees with their sun in their eyes. The clipboards, as we discussed earlier, have had multiple uses.
This may very well be the only time you ever see World Archery competition where sky draw is required.
These two archers can perform at their best here with a bronze medal on the line here. And at the moment, Otterson leading by 1 point, 36-35, with the last end to play.
Liner looks like a 4. Martin with a 3. It's just off the line.
Well, that squares it up, doesn't it? 39 each, 2 arrows left.
At the moment, we have a draw.
Well, it's just into the 3 zone there for Yankton.
3 from Eric Yankton.
Oh, that's a big score there from Otterson. Has it grabbed the 6 line? Nonetheless, if it's a 5, it's a decisive blow. Yankton now needs a maximum score, really, to have any chance here. He's capable of it. Oh, he's hung it out right. Well, it's not to be for Eric Yankton.
And so Martin
with Otterson winning with an arrow to spare.
To win the bronze.
Really big second arrow in the last end. It's going to go to Martin Otterson.
A mixed team world
the
champion
bronze
medal.
medal. Eric Yankton not to be. But plenty of drama in that last end.
With that having been introduced here for Yankton 2022.
Well, Martin managed to shoot a great shot when it mattered most.
Either way,
like, they were even, of course there was a liner and we're not sure yet, but it seemed that they were tied with only 2 arrows to go. And then Martin managed to shoot like a great arrow just touching the 6, and Eric Yankton, I think he didn't feel very good in the 4th end in general. I had a feeling his first shot was a little bit weak, maybe losing a little bit of tension, and yeah, he definitely wasn't happy about his shot the moment that the string left his fingers in the 3rd arrow. It was a 2, and yeah, so bad for him. It was a great match. He had a great chance of turning it around, but Martin Otterson, wow, he had nerves of steel, and yeah, well deserved for him. Bronze medal. Wow, great match.
Yeah, too solid, wasn't he? Martin Otterson finishing 49-44 that score over his compatriot Eric Yankton. Stand by, we'll have the gold medal match coming up in just a moment.
And those scores, it's
We'll feature
matter of the history books. 49 for Martin Otterson.
archers
to win
from
that bronze
France
medal.
and
Eric
Italy.
Johnson of Sweden with a 44. Our next match coming up in just moments. And now, please welcome the judge and the coaches for our final match of the morning session. This is the gold medal match coming up next for the Barebow men. Shooting for the gold medal, representing France, please welcome David Jackson. Shooting for the gold medal, representing Italy, please welcome Eric Esposito. Our World Archery judge for this match is Niels Buitenhuis.
Men's Bebo gold medal
Once
match
again,
here at Yankton
these Barebow competitors
2022
will be shooting
World Archery Field Championships. David
separate
Jackson
targets.
of France against Eric Esposito of Italy.
And
These
the
two
outcome
top qualifying.
will be the
Jackson
new
with a
champion
score
of the world,
of
the first in
693
4 years in World Archery competition.
was 14 points up on the score of Esposito. Jackson moving through his semi-final, beating Martin Otterson of Sweden by 57 to 55. Esposito 62 points he scored in his semi. That is hugely impressive, beating Eric Jansson of Sweden. Eric Esposito is the reigning under-21 Barebow World Field Archery Champion, stepping up to the senior division after winning it in 2018. And David Jackson, though, the top seed in his second World Archery Field Championships, two-time silver medalist at the European Field Championships. So it should be a good match, this one, as they begin on target one, the 15-meter target below them with the 20-centimeter diameter face on the target. Oh, there's one gem of an arrow in there already, Bernardo, isn't there, from Jackson?
Yeah, his second shot looked amazing, like so relaxed. Flew, it had a very nice flow to it, and maybe it touched the line on the 4. And we have a miss. Oh my! What a turn we have here. David Jackson, I think he wasn't really happy with his third arrow, especially following the great second shot. But Eric Esposito already finds himself in a not comfortable position. He's starting this gold medal match.
After shooting what appears to be a miss.
Wow. 14 plays 7. That is a dramatic start. Jackson's second arrow, absolute brilliant. And then Esposito, don't know what happened, but he's flexing his shoulders a little bit there. Bernardo must maybe just feeling a little stiff to start with, or maybe he's got a little niggle there.
Yes, and I'm surprised. This was a proof that the looks aren't everything. Like, as they started the match, I was surprised to see both of them looking very calm and collected. But definitely it wasn't how they were feeling inside, especially Eric Esposito. And but anyway, that arrow's gone. Just forget about it. He's still got 9 arrows to shoot. Who knows what he can do? And as you mentioned, he's the reigning under-21 world champion. He's definitely capable of turning this around. Let's see how it goes.
50 meters max distance.
Yeah, he scored 62 points in a semi, so he can score heavy. Esposito. Both of these archers are medalists already here at Yankton 2022.
Happens to be the same.
Jackson winning bronze in the mixed teams Bebo competition. Esposito the silver in that same competition. So one of these two is going to be a gold medalist.
Okay, 2 points on there for
as
David
they go
Jackson
for the long
and,
target now, 45 meters away.
With a 2 again, and we're looking at Mr. Esposito with a 3, possibly a 4.
Yeah, it could be a 3, could be a 4. We'll see what Esposito will score on that.
And there's a
next
solid
arrow
5 from David.
David Jackson is going great. He's looking very comfortable up there at the moment, Bernardo.
Yeah, he definitely wants to repeat. That last shot, it looked just like the second shot of the first stand. So nice and relaxed. Let's see how he gets the third arrow.
2 points.
And oh, it's another 2. Maybe door a little bit open for Esposito.
Well, I think he's put it in the 6 zone.
3-point difference.
You did hear that correct.
Yeah, so bad we didn't get to see it, but yeah, great response. He's definitely he'll definitely want to respond as best as he can because of that miss. And I'll tell you what, it has happened with me, and I've seen it several times. If you're coming from behind and then you manage to put together a very nice recovery, this can really get into the mind of your competitor. So Eric Esposito, he might use that miss to his advantage by bringing himself together, recovering, and then David Jackson might start missing some arrows. And yeah, I think everything is to play for here.
By the way, Eric did pick up that
would
point,
be remarkable.
So now it's only a 2-point difference.
It could be back to 2 points, and it is. Wow. It's an amazing stuff from Esposito. He's still in this, despite having a no score on one of his arrows. He's only 2 points behind, and we're only halfway through.
Championships, he is
yeah, the 7 points seemed impossible to diminish, but wow, now it's back to only 2. This is like a normal match. Everything is back to normal. It could be a match without a miss. The scores do look like it, and yeah, Eric is totally back into the match. Third end starting now.
Was a junior champion.
Imagine if Esposito wins gold
in 2018, 4 years ago.
with a miss on a scorecard. That would be incredible. Let's see what happens in these next.
David Jackson.
Ends, but Jackson refocuses nicely and scores the maximum with this first of this third end, where they're shooting from 20 meters. So advantage to Jackson after 1 arrow of this end.
David with a 5.
Well, he's got his mojo back.
David finishing quickly. Looks like David's last shot is a 3. And we've got
looks like Jackson could be the last arrow could in fact be a 4. It looks like it's licked the line, but Esposito not quite accurate enough on this to follow up his brilliant last arrow in the previous end.
Last shot for this particular target. And 4 on the left. A little low for everything there from Eric, and pretty good height on the target.
Execution looked better in the last arrow compared to the previous two ones for Eric. But Jackson, wow, great shooting by him. His first two arrows, one right beside the other. Great shooting by him. And I think the momentum is back with him. He is back to a 7-point lead. But after we saw Eric score 5 points more than Jackson in only one end, who knows what we might get in the fourth end. But yeah, I just think Jackson, he seems, his shot looks more consistent and a little bit more relaxed than Eric Esposito's. And we'll go now to the most exciting and the most fun to watch, at least for us who are just watching. Definitely not for the archers, but yeah, they're putting on a great show.
They are
Eric
indeed.
Esposito is, of course, the European Field Archery Champion of 2019, and David Jackson is the silver medal winner from that same event.
Big lead for Jackson.
This is a bit of a return match, shall we say.
As we see the last end about to begin, with Jackson got a healthy 7-point lead.
Board, 6-point separation right now for David Jackson.
What basically has to happen here is the Italian needs, well, really 3 sixes, and hopes that Jackson drops his standards enough to haul back this big deficit.
Eric Esposito was ranked
not going to be easy. Let's see what happens with this
on raw points.
Target 30 meters away, but high in the trees.
Eric Esposito shot a 679.
They come for those last 5 meters. Here we go.
Champion of the world for Barebow men.
Both seeking shelter now from the sun, thanks to another tree. The last 3 arrows of the contest.
4 points for David Jackson.
And that's really all he needs, just good solid archery.
Eric Esposito, 4 points. 2 arrows left from each shooter.
Well, it's still a 7-point margin. Or rather a 6-point margin. Just noticed that Esposito had an upgrade on the last end.
Another 4 from David Jackson. He's grouping really well.
And that is looking good for France.
Eric Esposito shoots a much
wonderful arrow there from Esposito.
Closing to within 4 points. Final arrow.
4-point margin with 1 arrow left. That means Jackson can win with a 3 or higher and lock away the World Championship. And that's what he's done. He's got a 4. And David Jackson of France
is
another 6 to end from Esposito. Brilliant last arrow from him, but it's not going to be enough. And in the end, that miss with his 3rd arrow on the first end has been very costly for him.
Until the very last shot.
And a great comeback, though, from him. But it's not going to be enough. And David Jackson takes the World Championship in the men's Bebo here at 2022.
Silver medal for Eric Esposito.
Eric Esposito, his inconsistency was that cost him too much. He went from, he had like 4 first and third ends, but brilliant second and fourth ends. And most of the times, archery rewards consistency. So yeah, they're really great to see Jackson keeping it all together, keeping it cool. He did just what he needed to do in the fourth end, and yeah, Eric will be definitely thinking about those mistakes, but great shooting by him regardless, especially in this fourth end.
Oh, we're just getting in position to hear from the winner.
Scores were confirmed, and in the history books, it's a 2-point victory for the championship of the world in the Barebow men's category.
New world champion, how does it feel for you?
It feels like a relief, to be honest. Yeah, I struggled a lot on these shots, really nervous, so I'm happy it went through.
It was an emotional match. Once your advantage was higher, then it was lower, and Eric fought until the last arrow. So probably you needed to hold your nerves.
Yeah, this last target was quite something. I shot really fast, way too fast for compared to what I like, but still I hit the 4 and it was enough. Yeah.
So what did you feel before your last arrow? You knew that your 4 would make you world champion no matter what Eric shot.
I was just like, let go approximately in the middle, and that's it.
So what was your first feeling when you saw it's 4?
Sorry?
What was your first feeling when you saw it went right there and you have the gold?
I wasn't sure yet because I wasn't aware of the scores, so I was thinking, hopefully that's enough. And then that's it.
So you must be really happy right now.
Yeah, I'm quite happy. It's the second gold medal this year after tourney in 3D, so it's a really good year for me.
Thank you very much, and once again congratulations on winning the world title.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Davy Jackson from France. Here's your world champion of the men's Bebo for 2022. And, we're going to come back with the victory ceremony to wrap up the session very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, victory ceremony for the Barebow men. Medals will be presented by World Archery First Vice President Mario Scarcella. Gifts will be presented by Slowey Management Chief Executive Officer Steve Slowey. Bronze medal representing Sweden, Martin Otterson.
Well, he beat his compatriot Erik Yankton in that match by 5 points. Otterson bronze at the World Games 2017, silver individual World Archery Field Championships in 2014, bronze in the individual 2016, and another bronze here. Great effort from Martin Otterson from Sweden.
Silver medal representing Italy, Eric Esposito.
Well, there he is, Eric Esposito, and didn't quite get the job done. The under-21 world champion from 4 years ago. Just didn't quite go to plan for him in that first end when he missed one of his arrows, but he showed us some glimpses of how good he is. That last end where he put in 2 6s, which is no easy feat on that last challenging target. A great effort for him to finish second here.
Gold medal representing France, David Jackson.
David Jackson with the win of his career to date. Held his nerve nicely all the way through the competition. Eventually prevailed 49-47 over the Italian. And he is the men's Barebow world champion for 2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of France. Please congratulate our medalists, ladies and gentlemen. What a great session we had this morning. New world champions crowned in recurve under-21 for both women and men, compound under-21.
Well done to the medalists in the men's Barebow. Martin Otterson winning bronze, Eric Esposito,
as well
silver,
as the Barebow
David Jackson of France
the
winning
men.
the gold. That concludes the
This
session of archery
we'll go back
here
to
at the
crowning more
2022 World
Recurve
Archery
women's
Field
bronze medal
Championships.
final
Thanks to
starts at
Bernardo
1300 hours, 1
Oliveira,
o'clock this afternoon.
our co-commentator.
Program
But
takes us to the
stand
Recurve
by,
women's
folks. We'll be
gold,
back in
Recurve
about
men's
50
bronze and
minutes
gold.
for
Then
more
the
archery.
compound
We've got
women
exciting action to
with their
come in the
bronze and
individual
gold matches
competitions with
will
recurve
wrap
and
up this
compound.
World
We hope you can
Championship
join us then.
with the compound men's bronze medal final